I work together with Brian on some of the online courses you might have heard of, like Speak to Inspire or the Broadcast Yourself, the Life Accelerator. And I'd like to welcome you to tonight's masterclass, how to turn your big idea into a winning product. Or how Brian likes to say it, cash money. So, first of all, download the workbook. Julian is going to give you a little link right above the chat, and there you'll have a little overview of the steps from tonight's webinar so you can just follow through. Now, tonight's going to be exciting because we're going to be learning how to take your knowledge, your passion, your expertise, and turn it into something that people actually want to pay money for. That's right. I believe that we've all amassed skills, strategies, tactics over the years that people actually want to give money for. But we just don't know how to present it and package it in a certain way so that people want to actually take out their credit card and vote yes. So that's what we'll be doing tonight. But I will not be teaching this masterclass. I am but merely introducing tonight's host. And let me give you a small overview of who he is. People on the planet bring out their truth and share it with an audience who wants to build a better version of themselves. He has had over 400 amazing guests on the show, including Ido Portal, Jocko Willink, Dan Pena, Dorian Yates, Wim Hof, Tim Ferriss, Graham Hancock, Gary Vee, Alex Icahn, Simon Sinek, Elliot Hulse, and the list just goes on and on. What was first an idea has now grown into a global phenomenon that has impacted millions of people, literally. Without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the one and only Mr. Brian Rose.
As usual, Mr. Ziri, a wonderful introduction.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that stuff. You know, we're here now at London Reel's World Headquarters. We moved in here about 3 or 4 months ago. As you know, the place is beautiful. We got our own roof deck, the whole studio and all that. But this wouldn't exist if it wasn't for what I'm about to teach tonight. If it wasn't about productizing your intellectual property, if it wasn't about building a minimum viable product, if it wasn't about just pulling the trigger and putting your ideas and your product out in the marketplace, I'd still be in my combat trousers and my t-shirts, maybe barely still able to do this every week. But instead, now we turned it into a business and we can do anything we want. We can make movies, we can do live events, we can travel the world, and now we can educate students. So I'm pumped to give this masterclass tonight.
Well, enjoy. The combat trousers were not a bad look, by the way. But,
I don't know about that.
I'll leave you to the nice waistcoat.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ziri. Appreciate it. All right, folks. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Welcome to How to Turn Your Big Idea into a Winning Product, or as I like to say, cash money. This is what it's all about, folks, because this is how you can turn your passion into a business or just try to take your ideas even further out to the world. And I'm going to be talking about all of that stuff tonight. It's so important if you want to scale your message. That's what really this is all about if you want to go out to the whole big picture of the thing. So welcome tonight. Tonight I'm going to show you how to turn your ideas, your experiences, and the intellectual property into your brain into real value for other people. And it's so critical, and it's really not talked about or explained about very much. Tonight I'm going to give you 3 things you can action immediately to help you start making revenue right away. So before we get into it, I want you to tell me, what city are you in? Where are you around the world? We always have people from 6 different continents on these master classes. Are you from the States? What state are you from? What city? Are you from South America, Asia, somewhere here in Europe? Just give me a shout out and let me know where you're from, and put your name in there as well, because I'm going to be coming and chatting to you in just a second on the live chat. And next, I want you to go ahead and download the workbook. We put together a very serious workbook tonight so you can make sure and take action for each point. As you've heard me say, I hate tourists. I don't like people that just watch things happen. I like people that pull the trigger and make things happen. So make sure you download that workbook and start filling it out as I go through each action item, because I want you to build that business. I want you to do something that takes your passion and gives other people value in the world. Honestly, I think that's how we make this whole planet a better place to be. And I believe that if everybody was living their passion, this whole world would be a better place, and I want you to do that tonight. So make sure you start with those things, And then before I get started, I want you to do me this small favor. Go right now to your mobile device or your desktop computer and shut down all of those other browsers. You might have Instagram up or Facebook or Lord knows what else you have up there, but shut them all down. Take your mobile phone, put it on airplane mode, or better yet, turn it off. Throw the dog out of the room, tell the wife or the kids or the husband that you're not going to be available for the next hour, lock the door, and give me your full attention. Will you do that? Type yes in the chat if you'll do that for me. If you do that, I promise to give you an hour straight of just knowledge bombs. I'm going to work with you, help you brainstorm on your ideas, and help get you to the next level. I want to also give you your show up bonus. Since you came here tonight, congratulations. You have no idea how many people sign up for masterclasses and never show up. So I want to share with you Kevin Kelly's success secrets. Now, Kevin is one of the founders of Wired Magazine, an incredible guy. He taught me so much, including the concept of your 1,000 true fans, which I explained earlier in the week on a different masterclass. And he's an amazing guy, and you get to watch this video later. Right now, make sure you pay attention to me, and we'll put that link in the chat so you can go ahead and watch that. Tonight, I want to teach you 3 actionable items. Very, very important. This will change the game when it comes to starting your business. And once I understood these concepts, it was like seeing the Matrix. Before I did, I had no idea how I was going to build my business. So these are very, very relevant. The first one is why a free product will actually make you a ton of money. Seems strange, right? I know. The second is how to create your very own product success path. This is crucial. For anything you're going to sell from $1 up to $1 million, it has to have a success path. Once you understand this concept, you can create amazing products like we've done here at London Real. And finally, I want to explain to you the power of an MVP. And no, that's not most valuable player, or if you're here in the UK, that's not Michael Venom Page, although he's an amazing mixed martial artist. That is minimum viable product. Very important concept, and this is the reason why most people procrastinate for years, never pull the trigger and start a business, and just walk around in a cloud of, oh, I'll get to that someday. Maybe this is you. Well, let's stop that tonight. So I can't wait to give you those first 3 things. But first, I want you to tell me, what is your idea for a business? What is it? What do you think that's something you're passionate about or you're talented in that you can actually turn into a business? Go ahead and type that in the chat right now. I'm going to get to that in about 2 or 3 minutes. But just tell me, what is it? I'm really curious so I can help you and give you some feedback. And on that same note, why haven't you started that business? Just tell me, what is in your way from making it happen? Because that business can change everything. And so I want to really get into that whole concept right now. But first, a little bit about me. I came to the UK in 2002 to start a career in banking, or to continue a career that I started in New York City. I worked in banking for 10 years. It was good and bad. I made a lot of money, but at the end of the day, I really wasn't doing what I loved. I wasn't really adding value to people's lives, and so I quit. And I started London Real. And I started broadcasting. And it's really funny. Earlier today, we actually made an ad that you'll see soon on Facebook. And it shows the old me before I understood the concepts I'm going to teach you tonight. And you probably remember him from the early days when we were broadcasting. I had my combat trousers, and I had my skateboard t-shirts, and I had this thing here, a soul patch. I'm not sure what it is. And I was broadcasting to the world, and I love what I was doing, and I love the conversations, but the business was broke as a joke, and I had no idea where we were going. And honestly, it was hard to do it every week, knowing that financially I was going down a hole, and I wasn't going to be able to do anything. I wasn't going to be able to provide for my family, let alone turn London Real into something big, let alone ever help the London Reelers get somewhere in their lives. And we made a joke about it because by learning the concepts I'm going to teach you now, it allowed London Real to scale in a massive way. It allowed us to have the incredible guests you see, to make documentary films, to move into the world headquarters, to now educate people in our accelerator programs, which changed thousands of people's lives. And it's all because of what I'm going to teach you tonight. And it's kind of funny to see how it works, but it was about me getting out of my comfort zone, pulling the trigger, but also doing it in the right way. And that's really what I want to teach you. Also, it required me having a different relationship with money. A lot of us feel that selling is wrong, or it feels yucky, or that asking people for money is a bad thing, but actually it's not. When people invest in you, they invest in themselves. They change their behavior, they become better versions of themselves, and you can take that money and help scale your message and help more people. It's a really important concept. And once I started feeling that, it changed everything. And I still remember our very first product. It was the London Real Academy. And we charged $99. And it wasn't perfect, folks. It was a minimum viable product, and I'll talk about that later. And it felt weird to do, and we didn't know if anyone would like it, but we put it out there. And I still remember the day we did, because we sold 100 of them. And we made $10,000 in that first day. And I remember we took everyone here at London Real out to a steak dinner, which was a total of 4 people. And we were just blown away. We were so excited, and we had an amazing time that night because it was a complete game changer. And I always believe that if you can make, say, $1,000 or even $10,000 from ideas in your head, we shipped no physical product, then you can make $10 million. And once we saw that it could happen, again, it was like the Matrix, like seeing things differently. And it allowed us to take London Real to where it is today. And I want to show you what that's actually like, because it was absolutely amazing. People happily gave us their money because we were changing the quality of their lives. But it's because we sat down and learned the concepts I'm going to teach you tonight. So really pay attention, folks, because every great business actually uses these concepts, and they don't teach this in business school. I went to the Sloan School of Business at MIT. They didn't teach me this. I worked in banking for 10 years. They didn't teach me this. I had to figure this out the hard way, but now I have the blueprint, and I'm going to show it to you. These days, London Real gives me the purpose and the freedom to do anything I want. And I want to go to your answers right now and find out where you're from and find out what business that you're in. But before we do that, I want you to do me a favor. And bear with me, folks. I am from California, so I get a little woo-woo every now and then. But try this for me, please. Close your eyes. Just try it. Close your eyes right now. And I want you to picture your business. The business that you've created. Maybe it's a 6-figure business. Maybe it's a 7-figure business. Every day you wake up and you're providing value to other people. You get people to email you, they send you a message on Facebook and thank you for the digital products that you've created, for the quality of the life that you've given them to change their game and do things in a new and better way. You're getting contacted by collaborators and people in the media that want to feature you, that want to do things with you. Perhaps you've left your job. Perhaps you travel the world if you want, or maybe you just love your job so much you do it 7 days a week, like me. But I want you to just visualize that concept right now and just picture it in your mind, because that will get you through some of the tough times that you need. And I also want you to tell me, while you can think of that right now, how does that change your life? How would your life be if you actually own that business? So you can open your eyes now, but just go ahead and type in right now, how would your life be different if you could actually have that business? And so on that note, I want to introduce to you our head of strategy, Mr. Julian Bales, who is always here for our master classes. And he's also watching all of your comments come in on the chat. And he can tell me, I know I've asked now about 16 different questions. I know it makes it a little harder for you. But first of all, welcome. Are you looking forward to this?
I am. It's good to be back. Looking forward to another fantastic webinar. We've got a very excited crowd here tonight answering all your questions.
Good. And I see you brought the gong with you as well.
I did bring the gong, and I hope to use it a bit later.
Good. The gong is what we have around here at the London Real World headquarters, and Julian hits it every time we have someone that invests in themselves and invests in one of our accelerator programs, in this case, the Business Accelerator. So you're going to hear this thing gonging tonight as people pull the trigger and decide they want to change their life in 8 weeks. And so Julian decided to bring the gong with him. So it's all good. It's all good. Tell me, what are people saying? Where are people tonight? Give me the whole breakdown.
People from all over. So we've got Hunter in Denver, Colorado.
Nice.
We've got Sarah and Hannah here in London. Dave in Seattle. Mike in Edmonton, Canada. Mohammed in Lahore, Pakistan.
Nice.
Tony in Tokyo. Gavin in Ireland, James up early in Brisbane, and Mitch and Dino both from Joburg in South Africa.
Wow. I mean, look, that's so many continents right there. Someone in Tokyo, someone in Australia. But this doesn't surprise us because this is a normal live call on the Business Accelerator. We typically have people in 14 different time zones on the same live interactive call. We love our international audience. I think it makes us stronger. It actually makes our businesses better because we get to test them from every single country, every single demographic as we go. So it's no surprise, but I'm always kind of amazed by all these people that are tuning in. So what are some of the other things people are saying?
We've got some great business ideas here as well.
Good.
So I'll hit you with a few of those. We've got Jen saying meal prep company for fitness.
Yes, good. I like that.
You can see how that can easily be digitized as well.
Yeah.
Pranav says photography, and Jamie saying yoga and natural movement teaching.
Good, good. This is a nice cross section of things we've done in the past. The movement stuff, photography, I love it. Anything to do with fitness, meal plans, this is good.
Some people here obviously have some specialist knowledge. We've got Tom saying sales and management consulting.
Good.
Harrison, art and classic car restoration and sales. Christoph, coaching in computer science.
Okay, I like it. Classic cars, I love it. I used to have a 68 Mustang. And funny enough, about 10% of our graduates are from business to business plays. So all of this stuff does scale. First of all, if you already have, say, a 7-figure business and you want to take it to the next level, or you want to sell to businesses, all of this stuff scales and you can create digital products out of everything, even when you think you can't.
Yeah, we got Stephen Hayes here saying teaching BJJ and MMA. He teaches at a gym Monday and Saturday, so he's obviously already doing it offline. He's probably watching all these guys do it online and making money from it and wondering how he can do the same.
Yeah, it's amazing. You can really marry an offline business with an online business and, you know, just not only double, but maybe even triple or quadruple your brand. And, you know, a lot of people put out a video here and there, but very few people actually productize their IP, take a product success path, or build a whole end-to-end ecosystem, which we're going to talk about tonight.
This one's interesting from Thomas. He says, I did start one 5 years ago and worked on it for a year. He then moved country and shut it down. He's never picked it up again since due to fear and lack of confidence.
Well, look, I appreciate your honesty. Vulnerability is really big here. You know, fear, we all suffer from fear. I suffer it every single day. Our recent documentary film, The $50 Billion Man, is all about going head into your fears because let's be honest, that's where the fun is most of the time. That's usually where the business opportunities lead. But on your note, I'm going to show you how to make a business that it doesn't know borders. It doesn't matter what country you go to because it constantly lives out there. You make money while you sleep, while you travel, etc. You know, with London Real, I'll be honest, Julian, if I got hit by a bus, I think it would be a year before anyone noticed because we have all these video assets, we have these amazing courses, you know, things would continue and I want to show you how to do the same kind of business.
Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's jump into this. All right, look, tonight, as I told you, I'm going to take you through 3 actionable items. This is stuff that will really make a huge difference when it comes to creating your business. And I want to start with something I call the end-to-end ecosystem. And I'll show you this right now on a graphic. And it consists of 4 different types of products. And that is, first of all, the free product. And I think you're seeing this graphic right now. And the first of all is the free product. The second one is the low-cost product. The third is the prime offer. And finally, there's something I like to call the back end. And it's important to kind of consider this in its entirety before we go down and go granular. And so I want to actually then draw this for you and give you a great example of this. So getting back to this graphic, this is what I call your E to E. And all businesses have an end-to-end ecosystem. And this is really important. As a consumer, many times you don't actually see that a business is composed of many different types of products. And so will yours, and so is London Real. And I'll give you an example soon. And once you understand this concept, it changes everything. And now you know exactly what you have to do to go from A to B to C to D to start making those revenues that will give you the chance to quit your job, to hire employees, and really start doing the big things you want to do. So let me break these down for you. Then I want to give you an example of the UFC, the huge global sports organization that was just sold for over $4 billion. They have the same end-to-end ecosystem, and it starts exactly where the UFC starts, with free product. So the system looks like this. And it starts here with free product. okay? Then it goes next to what I call LCP, a low-cost product. Then we get into what I call the prime, and then this is called the back end, because rarely does anyone see what's happening here. And now you look at all this and you're like, well, Brian, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm new to business. I've just got an idea. I just want to sell some coffee. I want to sell some jujitsu videos. I want to sell some photography tutorials. What does this have to do with me? The truth is it has everything to do, because you need to structure your business with a strong foundation from the beginning, or it's not going to go anywhere. Or like one of you people that are watching now, you're going to quit. You're going to get unexcited because you won't get the results fast enough. I discovered this the hard way. It took me about 3 years to figure this out. I made all the mistakes. This should take you about 3 minutes to understand. So let me help you save the time. All businesses start with a free product. It's something they give away for free. It lets people know about their brand. It helps them in their lifestyle, and they think, wow, that was really helpful. I appreciate that brand. No business survives without free product. And if you think about great businesses, they all have free product, and I'll get into that next. The free product gets your customers set up and ready to find out more about you. And that's when you introduce your low-cost product. This product is usually between $27 and $97. It's what I call low-cost product. And they pay a little bit of money. They get an amazing result from you. You deliver tons of value, and they're left thinking, wow, what an amazing company. What else you got? And that is a beautiful thing, because then that sends them next into what I call your prime offering. Now, your prime product is a little more expensive. That's okay. They want more of you. And here, your prime product is $1,000 to $5,000 products. Now, you might be thinking, Brian, that's crazy. I have nothing that someone would want to pay $3,000 for. That's what I used to think. That's what many businesses used to think. That's what my graduates used to think until they sold these products in week 6 of the Business Accelerator, and it blew them away. People are ready, you just don't know they are, or you haven't found the right people, and I'll get into that later. Finally, you have something we call the back end. This is some other part of your business where you can use your intellectual property and sell it. Sometimes it means that your free product consumers don't even know you do it, but you can use it later. This is a huge concept, and let me say a few things. Any business without a free product is never going to have a base of customers that wants to then buy their low-cost product. And I'll say this, you cannot survive on low-cost product alone. Many starting entrepreneurs make this huge mistake, and they say, Brian, I'm going to sell my app for $10 and sell 1 million of them and make $10 million and buy my island in Fiji. It doesn't work that way. It sounds good on paper, but it actually doesn't work. There's a lot of reasons why, and I can explain them to you later, but you have to start charging more money for your products and sell what I call your prime offering. And this is giving someone just more of you, more value, and I'll get into that later. And finally, you have this thing called the back end, and this is where you use your intellectual property in a bigger way. Let's look at the UFC. This is the Ultimate Fighting Championships, a sports organization that was sold recently for $4 billion. Do they have this end-to-end ecosystem? Yes, they do. What are their free products? Well, you've probably watched free fights on cable television in America. A lot of times they just make it out there to YouTube. The UFC starts off and gives you free fights. You get to see amazing mixed martial artists. You get to see the UFC branding. You get to see the fact that they always put together great shows, great fighters, great fights. That's their free product. You don't pay anything for it, but they get you involved. They get you to understand what's going on. You start to know certain names. You start to know the rules. Oh, you can do jujitsu on the ground. Oh, you can do Thai boxing and boxing standing up. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Okay, that's their free product. Next, they have their low-cost product. Wow, Conor McGregor is fighting Nate Diaz 3. It's coming up. Would you like to see it? You're damn right I want to see it. How much does it cost? $60? Okay, that's worth it because I got to see Conor talk some trash. So they sell you their low-cost product and you buy in. Now, the UFC cannot survive on this. They just can't as an organization. It doesn't scale to where they need to be a great global organization. They know that. So what do they do next? They go, well, let me give you a prime offering. Tell you what, why don't you fly to Las Vegas and you can see it live, right? You can see specks of blood from Nate's face fly into the audience and you can be there and watch it happen. For a ringside ticket, it's going to cost you probably, for this fight, maybe $5,000. That's their prime offering. And that's how they get you to come in, and they sell a huge gate. I think one of their most recent gates was $6 or $10 million, a big part of their revenue stream. Now, that's not it. Most people think it is. But guess what? Have you ever seen the fighters? They wear those logos on their shorts and on their shirts. What do they say? Reebok. Huh, where does that come in? Reebok probably pays the UFC upwards of $50 million a year to put their brand on those athletes' fighters. This is a beautiful end-to-end ecosystem. And there's no coincidence that it was sold for $4 billion because they thought this out very, very, very carefully. Why don't you do the same? All great businesses are structured this way. Let's look at another great business, probably worth the same as the UFC, London Real. Our free products, you've seen them, right? All of the amazing episodes. Dorian Yates, Ido Portal, Simon Sinek. We give you amazing, incredible content, long-form interviews with some of the greatest minds in the world. Hopefully we inspire you, hopefully you learn more and you change your life. That would be amazing. Next, if you want a little bit more, if you want to connect with a bunch of people that also like seeing this kind of content, want to change the world, if you want some behind the scenes things, some success secrets, you buy into the London Real Academy. Amazing, you get a small taste of what we're doing, you get a little more of London Real. But that's not enough. Now you want to learn how to build a business. Now you want to learn how to start your own podcast. Now you want to learn how to publicly speak. Or now you want to learn how to accelerate your life. You come in and you buy one of our prime products for $2,000 to $3,000 to $10,000. Now, 8 weeks, hardcore accountability. You're with the team, you're with a group. I'm personally mentoring you. 2 hours of live calls a week. It's incredible. After that, back end. What's going on in the back end? Well, to be honest, I get contacted all the time by companies who say, how do you do this? On YouTube, you've got 60 million views. You're all over social media. Show us how you do this. We will pay you for this services. And there's a lot of other things that happen in the background. This is a great end-to-end ecosystem. And so I want you to think about this when it comes to your business, but I want you to start now with your free product. What could you give away for free that could start your business, that could start to educate your client base, start to let them know who you are, but also just start to give value to them? And again, it doesn't have to be huge. It could be something small, it could be something slightly larger, but think now, what could your free product be? I love video because video lets you show your passion. It's highly instructive. So let's say there was a 3-minute video. What could you do there as a free product to go out there and transfer some of this knowledge that you have? That's where you start on your end-to-end ecosystem. And later, I want to get into how we create your low-cost product so you can start making money as soon as possible. But do that for me now. Tell me, what would your free product be to give some of your knowledge away right now? And while you're typing that in, I want to tell you the story of Max Keeling. And Max is one of our graduates, and I'll put up a graphic of Max, and here's him on his website. And Max is one of our graduates of the Business Accelerator, and he's got an incredible story because Max was in the banking industry like me. He worked in Singapore for about 10 years, and he went to join our Business Accelerator. And Max had a great idea about using software to make money or something like that. But I saw him and I said, you know what? Max is the kind of guy that I think people would really enjoy watching him and his vibe and all those kinds of things. And so I watched Max from scratch set up all parts of this end-to-end ecosystem. He set up the free product. He set up the low-cost product. And then he set up the prime offering. He did this all in 8 weeks. It was absolutely incredible to watch. And so Max did it by the book. He started with vlogs, putting his ideas out there. People saw him and they liked him and they said, wow, I want this guy to manage my money. And so here's a short video about Max talking about starting his first product and what it was like to go through that process. What were your biggest wins from the course now that you look back on it? What were the biggest takeaways that are going to help you with your business in the next year?
I think it's about executing fast. So I think it's about trying something out and getting it out there. I think definitely my personality would be I would spend 12 months building something before I put it out there because I want it to be perfect. And I think the course teaches you that just get something out within a few days, start to get some feedback, start to try it out with people, and then you can build the quality into it as you go along and build it out. And that way you can find out what works first and then you can build it out. Whereas I think a lot of people want to feel like they've got to get everything perfect first and then get it out there. I think the other thing that I learned, I mean, I did get really good feedback as I went along and like the videos, and I think you realise everybody's got quite high standards about what they want to get out there, but actually getting your phone out and videoing yourself is a high barrier to entry, which is bonkers. But so many people don't do it that if you put something out that's even 50% your best, people go, wow, I can't believe you've done that. And then people start to engage with you. And it's not about you doing the video, it's about the message. And so that's something I learned, that was, don't just script something and spend ages doing it. Just get something out there and start that conversation with people. And they don't really care about how you come across or what you look like. People actually genuinely want to engage with what you've got to say. And I would never have done that before, I think. So yeah, I've learned a lot around that kind of process.
And so Max started off by creating that free product, putting those vlogs out there, getting on his phone and start talking about investing. People bought into him and the brand. They really liked him. He added value to their world. And so of course, the next thing I wanted to know was, how can I get more of Max? How can he help me? Maybe he can help me manage my money. And so Max did his first low-cost product, and in week 6, he held his own webinar on the Business Accelerator, and he sold them. And I'll never forget the post that he put in our private Facebook group where everyone posts their videos, and here it is. And here he says, 4 sales so far, spent all the proceeds on wine and pizza. And Max would go on to actually sell an additional 15 products. And it's funny because at that time it was a lot. These days it's kind of standard now on our business accelerators. And he was blown away. He was like, wow, Brian, I never thought I could make money from just the things in my head. These people, they're completely satisfied. They love what I do. I added huge amounts of value to their life. And now they're saying, what more can I get? And he's like, Brian, I don't think I'm ready to sell products for thousands of dollars or pounds. He's like, I don't know, I'm just starting off. And I said, no, Max, you're wrong. You're highly successful. You've been trained in the financial markets, but so often, and this is probably true for you too, is we don't realize how much expertise we have. And to the right person in the world, out of 7 billion people, your knowledge is actually worth thousands and thousands of dollars. And so that's what Max did. He created his entire end-to-end ecosystem, and now he sells those prime offerings. And you can see now on his website what he offers there. And he played it by the book, the London Real Playbook. And now you can see that he has the DIY Investing for Expats program, a 6-week product that costs £997. And of course, his DIY Investing for Expats, the 12-month plan, which is £3,997, and he's sold out. And so that shows you the massive power of this end-to-end ecosystem. And you can do it much sooner than you think. All you have to do is follow this blueprint that we put into place and make sure you don't let fear take hold of you, because that could have stopped him when he did his first vlog, but he pushed through it. It could have stopped him when he had to do his first webinar, but he pushed through it. It could have stopped him when he tried to sell his first prime offering, but he pushed through it. And this is all about the process to create that business from a passion. So I want to get back to the question I asked earlier. What is your free product? What's something you could throw up on a video right now to educate someone, to give them value? And I'm really curious what people are thinking here, Julian. I mean, people had some great business ideas earlier, but when it comes then to the free product, sometimes people don't know how to get there. What are they saying?
Got some great free product ideas here. Shemaya is saying her 6-minute workout. That could work really well as a video, couldn't it?
Yeah, 6-minute workout. I like it. I'd like to know more, but I like it already. And again, this is why I love video, because they can see you, they can see the passion, they can see if you know what you're talking about. in my opinion, 3 seconds of video is worth, three whatever. I mean, 3 pages of content. It tells you so much. So I like it already. Maybe even shorten it. Maybe have a 60-second workout that you can put on Instagram as well, get more audience, and then build it up to a 6-minute or 6 different pieces of content. But I like that a lot.
Cosmina is wanting to show students how to travel on the cheap. She is saying a mini guide about how students could save up to travel and how to fit vacations around their school schedule.
Yeah, I love it. Why not have a series where you just talk about something different every week? Okay, this is how I save. This is how I select a destination that's cost effective. This is how I sleep on people's sofas. It could just be a review of a website. I mean, that's value. That's what people don't understand. You could literally, where's my phone? You could literally just take this thing out. When in doubt, take it out, right? Flip it on and say, hey, I was thinking about low-cost travel today and I found this great website. Check it out. Bam, you show them the website. I did this. I give it a thumbs up review. Go check it out. That's free content that works.
We have Christoph saying it would be a blog with regular high-quality posts about how to build great and bug-free software.
Okay, great. I love it. Also, I'll just push you a little further. Turn that blog into a vlog. Right? And it's a hard thing for people to do. They feel weird about pulling the phone out and getting on camera. I'm telling you, you are your greatest asset when it comes to transforming your passion into people's brains. You're your greatest asset when it comes to building your business. So just go ahead, and a blog post is great. Now take that blog post and pull the camera out and do a 1-minute video version. If you wrote it, you know it, and then try it, test it, put it on YouTube, it might come to life.
Pranav, who's looking to build a photography business, is saying free photo shoots or free editing of photos. I think the point here is we want to turn what's in their head into a digital product that scales, right?
Yeah, it's a great idea for a free product, but you obviously know what you're talking about when it comes to video. So why not do something that creates a video that teaches people how to do something, gives them something that they can consume over and over again, get something that someone might want to share and say, wow, have you seen this amazing person? Look, she knows what she's talking about and she just taught me how to do this. That means the next time it comes for them to make an investment when it comes to their photography or their video, you're the first person on their mind. So think of it that way, and that's a perfect thing to do.
Finally, Amy says, I could teach people how to program their minds so they can wake up every day refreshed, rested, and without an alarm clock.
Yeah, I'm in. I want one, Amy. What's it cost? What's your low-cost product? It already sounds like a great pitch, Amy. So again, put that out there and put what you know onto video. Don't worry about what they'll pay for later. I'll get through that inside the Business Accelerator. But put your ideas out there. Build your own personal brand. All great businesses do that. They put it all out there for free. And if they do that well, people will come later and pay for products. All right? Let's jump into this. The second point I want to make tonight is this whole concept of a product success path. And this is the step that you need when you go to build your low-cost product. So you put that free product out there, boom, it's blowing up on YouTube. It got 1,000 views. People in the comments are like, wow, I'm really loving this. It's getting shared on social media. All these things are happening. And then people start writing in the comments, hey, do you do anything for photography? How do I get that routine that'll make me wake up refreshed in the morning? Do you do a longer version, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? So already they want something more from you. And you're thinking, well, I don't know how to create a product. And that's what this is all about, the product success path. And let me show you what that looks like, the product success path. And again, first of all, let's talk about what's a product. And one of the best things I like to think about when it comes to a product is the concept of 6-minute abs, or six-pack abs in 6 weeks. That's what I'm thinking of when it comes to a great product, right? And I always love that because you kind of know what you're going to get and when you're going to get it. And that's a great example. There's other great examples. Mike Dolce has a program called 3 Weeks to Shredded. Even Conor McGregor has a 12-week FAST conditioning program. These are all products, and these products all really have something in mind. And again, they have a product success path. So a PSP. And those all have one thing in common. They do this. They take you as a consumer from your current reality there we go, to your desired reality. That is what a product does, if you think about it. Even a cup of coffee at Starbucks. It takes you from your current reality is, I'm feeling really tired this morning, I don't know how I'm going to make it through the day, to your desired reality is, wow, I feel like I can make it through the day. Let's do this, right? Or even when you go for a meal at a restaurant, it takes you from your current reality is, I'm so hungry, I can't eat a horse. And then afterwards you come out and you're like, wow, I feel great. That was amazing. Now I can continue on my life. Any product does that. But a lot of times we don't think of it that way. So if you think about a current reality to your desired reality, that's how you can create a product. Now, 6-pack abs in 6 weeks. You start off, you don't have the 6-pack abs. 6 weeks later, you have them. Mike Dolce, 3 weeks to shredded. Boom, 3 weeks later, you are shredded. Conor McGregor, etc., etc., etc. So in order to understand this better, you need to also break down what happens on that product success path, because it can't happen in an instant. If you have a decent product, there's usually different steps to get them to a reality. And so I like to break it down this way. And let's say, for example, we went to that 6-pack abs in 6 weeks. Now, the current reality is you have no abs. So we probably have to do a few things about that. In the first week, we probably have to get you starting some basic exercises, but probably not too much. Maybe you're allowed to do 10 crunches. Maybe you're doing a few other things to kind of get you maybe in the whole system of even training. In the next week, we probably are going to go into diet a little bit. Well, let's make sure we stop eating the Krispy Kremes. Let's do this, let's do this. In the next week, we're probably going to say, you know what, you probably need some cardio too, because let's be honest, abs aren't just about getting strong ab muscles. We got to do a few other things. And then we're probably going to go back to some advanced ab routines, maybe some hanging leg raises and all that other stuff, some oblique stuff. And in the end, we're probably going to finish it off with some really high repetition stuff, some really hardcore ab techniques, and that's going to get you to the 6-pack abs in 6 weeks. This is your product success path. And if you can break this down for your desired reality, then you can create a digital product. It's that simple. We had someone in mixed martial arts and jiu-jitsu earlier. So how can I teach you how to do an amazing armbar from mounts? I can't do it instantly. I'm going to have to say, okay, what's your mount like? Let's get it set up. Okay, isolate one arm. How do I do that? Now, control your opponent, da-da-da-da-da-da, and it gets you to that reality. So make sure that you think about how you can break down each part of your product into that final piece. And once you can do that and get them to that desired reality, you have that product. And let me give you an example that hits really close to home, and that is London Real's product, which is our course called Broadcast Yourself. We actually have 8 steps in our product success path. It starts from your current reality of, I don't have a podcast, Brian, and I want an award-winning podcast. That's the desired reality. So the current reality is I get scared when I look at a microphone. I don't know how to book a guest. I don't even like the sound of my own voice. That's the current reality. Desired reality is now you are on New and Noteworthy on iTunes. Tim Ferriss wants you on his show, and now you have a 3-book deal, and Tony Robbins wants to meet you, right? That is your desired reality. And so what we do on that course is we break it into 8 steps. And here, let me show you what those 8 steps are. I think we have a graphic here. And we start off in the first step is start with why. First, I say, well, why do you want to be a podcaster? What's your bigger picture? Do you want to make the world a better place? Do you want to teach people how to do jiu-jitsu? Do you want to do this? Let's figure out why. Next, I say discover your 1,000 true fans. Let's find out who's the small micro niche of people that we want to make happy with your podcast. Really important. Next, I show you how to build your cutting edge platform, a platform online that'll allow you to really take things to the next level. After that, I show you how to book your guests. Very important here, how to do the right thing and get the right people there. Next, I show you how to broadcast your very first conversation. After that comes keys to interview mastery. Then I show you how to 10x your audience. And finally, I show you how to launch your podcast. And so that is the breakdown of the product success path for the Broadcast Yourself program. And you can do the same with your product. And again, no matter how simple or complex the product is, they all have a product success path. Break it down into step A, B, C, D, F, and you will have a product. Once you have that product, you can charge between $27 and $97 for it. You are ready to do this before you think you are. And that's what I'm going to talk about in the next part of this masterclass. But for now, I want you to tell me, what is your client's desired reality? What can you do to take them from their current reality to their desired reality? Does that mean that there is something that they can learn about photography, something they can learn about their daily routine, something they can learn about anything? That's really what I want to know what people can do. Is that what they want from you? And so just think about what can you take them to their desired reality, and go ahead and type that in the chat right now. Tell me, what is the desired reality you can take someone to that you're passionate about, with ideas that are in your head? Anything, type that in, because I can make a product out of it, or I can show you how to do that. And let me give you an example of one of our recent graduates from the Business Accelerator. Her name is Paletta Calm Quality. She's an incredible movement teacher and yoga teacher here in London. And she created her product called Slay with Essence. It was a 6-part program where she walked people through this entire success path that we taught her. She went from A, B, C, D, F, and she went through the whole piece. And in week 6, she held her very own webinar, and she sold 38 of these products and made $1,172. And here's a short clip about Paletta and what she did.
My name is Paletta. I'm a movement artist. I'm a choreographer. I'm done with being on the seat, sit back and just watch. I'm ready to do, I'm ready to create. When I discovered the Business Accelerator, I was like, okay, this is what I need to do. I think for me it was really difficult because I was like, what is my business? It became much more clearer as I started to reach out to my audience to start understand what do they want. And I really feel like, okay, now, you know, I can finally give what I've been building up. I ended up selling 38 courses.
38?
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
The people who go through the same process as you are very, very precious. And you build a connection that you don't necessarily build with someone else. And meeting them in person, yes!
She made $1,172, and she wasn't the only one. We had so many students making so much money in that week. We had someone that made $4,000, $5,000, all from understanding this concept of the product success path. And I'm telling you, when you see someone make that kind of money by just taking the ideas in their head and putting it digitally, not only that, but to see the people that they've served, like their lives change, it's an absolutely game-changing concept. And that's why this stuff is so important. That's why I'm so passionate about it. It's also how we built London Real as it is today and how we're going to take it into the future. And so I want you to really understand this concept. So tell me now, what is your desired reality for your client or customer? What can you do to take them to this special level? And I want to go to Julian now and just hear what they say. What are people saying? Do they understand this concept?
Yep, I think they're getting it. Katrina is saying, get unstuck and get back into flow.
Okay, gotcha. She wants to get them unstuck and get back into flow. Okay, good. I like that. So I want to know a few more details, but I like it already. It sounds like a great name for a product, that's for sure. Get back into flow, get stuck, get back into flow. Okay, good. What else?
Stefan is saying, current state is they have low energy, they can't fall asleep, waking up throughout the night. Their desired reality is to wake up refreshed, energized after sleeping throughout the night.
Perfect. Look, this is so good. This is such a great exercise because a lot of people try to sell products and try to sell different things, and they haven't actually got this in their head. So they're like, well, I want to sell them something that'll get them better. But if you can actually articulate what the desired reality is, you can actually use that language to sell the product. Because right now I want to buy it. It sounds amazing. If you can promise me that, or even a chance of me getting that, I want to buy it. So that's fantastic.
Jamie is saying the desired reality is more functional mobility and range of motion. Would you want something more specific there?
I would love something more specific. So again, you know, more functional mobility, it's a great thing, and I love mobility. But maybe, yeah, maybe something a bit more specific. So that way you can then take me through that step of A, B, C, D, E, F to kind of get me there. So again, maybe a little something more specific, but if you could break it down for me, you probably have it in your head, but I think also to sell it, maybe just to be a little more specific.
Probably the same for Jen here as well. She's saying get back into routine and get your time back. So I guess this is targeting people who feel they're disorganized, unproductive, and really getting them into a high performance state.
Yeah, maybe something like save 4 hours per week, or how would you like an extra 4 hours per week? I can get you there, with this program, something like that. Or, kill procrastination and blah, blah, blah. But give them that desired reality, because when they see that they can have that, they're in. It's kind of like, I kind of joke about six-pack abs in 6 weeks or 6 minutes, whatever you want to do. It's like the reason that I'm even talking about that is because it sounds enticing. Six-pack abs, I want that. 6 minutes, I think I can do that. So that's why it works really well. You want your product to be the same thing. Give me something quantifiable that I want that seems out of my reach in amount of time that seems small and something that I can afford to invest.
Jamie has come back with a more specific one. He's saying 6 weeks to shoulder mobility or hip mobility or spinal mobility. So he's got different angles there.
Yeah, cool. I like that. While you're on spine, obviously lower back problems bad for a lot of people. A lot of people have bad backs and stuff. So, if you can get people over those issues by some type of a fluid back. And again, I think that's good, Jamie, but I think you could go even more. And again, if you can quantify it, it's even better. If you can show that they can do this thing they couldn't do before, that could be really powerful. Good?
Yep.
Yeah, all right, good. I want to jump into this final point, and I think it's the most important. And the thing about this is that this is where things get a little emotional tonight. And I'll be honest, business is about emotion, because you are not taking action right now in your business. And the reason you're not taking action is for a variety of reasons, and we can get into those later. It's potentially fear, fear of success, fear of failure. There's a lot of problems of being judged, of not knowing if something's going to work out. And so that's why I love to introduce this concept of MVP. And like I said, it's not most valuable player if you're in America, or Michael Venom Page if you're here in the UK. It means minimum viable product. And what do I mean by this? Well, it's a really important concept. I actually learned it from technology in the technology startup sector here in London. And the reason I learned it from them is that in order for these places to survive as businesses, they have to put their ideas out there super fast, because otherwise they go bankrupt as companies. So they're constantly putting ideas out there and testing them. When something works, they invest heavily in them. And that's how they're able to be lean startups and start fast and scale even faster. And it's why they don't waste time and money on business ideas that will never work. And most people, and you might be one of them, might spend 12 months on an idea. You might go build an app and spend $25,000. You might take a year of your time, or who knows how much money, to not even know if there's interest in the market for your idea. And then you go out there and say, oh, my app's on iTunes. What happened? On the App Store, no one wants it. It's because you never did this concept of MVP. And so an MVP is just this simple. It's the simplest and cheapest way to get your customers to the desired reality, and you want to stick that product out there as soon as possible. And let me say this again. You want to put the product out there as soon as possible. Let me tell you a little story about the London Real Academy. Before I created the Academy, London Real revenue was basically this. We were barely getting by on some sponsor supports from X-Brain and Bulletproof, and it was barely paying the rent, let alone anything else. We knew we had to create an end-to-end ecosystem. I knew I had to create a digital product that had a product success path. And I knew I had to do it sooner than later. And so we went around, and I actually met with a bunch of people in technology here in London, and they said, Brian, you got to do an MVP. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm thinking in 6 weeks, I want to research it, I want to build a website. And they said, no, do it now. You should take 2 days to create a product. Put your ideas out there and see if people want it. And I was scared. I was like, no, 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 no. And they're like, no, no, no. You'll know right away if someone wants it. If they want it, make it better. But if they don't want it, you don't waste your time. This is so important. And so you want to put out the minimum viable product, the smallest piece of something that can still be of help to someone out there. And so that's what we did. We launched the London Real Academy. We decided to provide a community, provide access to us, give free training, and also give extra content. And we put it out there, and people started buying right away. And it showed us that there was an interest in us, there was an interest in digital products, and it led to all of our great courses that we've created. It was a minimum viable product. And here's a few things about your minimum viable product that I have to tell you. And the first is this: if you are not embarrassed by the first product you sell, then you waited too long to sell it. Let me say that one more time. This is very controversial. If you're not embarrassed by the first product that you put on the market, you waited too long. And this is what I see time and time again in my Business Accelerator course. In week 1, people come with these great ideas. They come with this massive amounts of passion. I said, why didn't you do this 4 years ago and quit your stupid job you're working at, as opposed to being miserable all the time? And they're like, well, it wasn't ready yet, Brian. What are you talking about? It was ready, but you were waiting because you wanted to be a perfectionist. Perfectionism is fear in disguise. Research is procrastination in disguise. Put the minimum viable product out there. And this is where most people have a really hard time with this concept. So test your idea. If people like it, then invest your time in it. Very, very important concept here. And so London Real Academy was that MVP. It worked out really well. We made it better and better and better. Then we created our accelerator programs and we took it to the absolute next level. Even our Business Accelerator course is now the 6th course. We've made that better and better and better, to where now when people make $1,000 on their products, we're like, yeah, whatever. That used to be amazing. Now it's kind of normal. And who knows where we're going to be in another year. You know, maybe they'll be making massive amounts of money. And so that's what this is all about. So I want you to think now about this concept of your minimum viable product. And better yet, why not just give a name to it? And we were kind of talking about this a little bit earlier. What would the name of your MVP be? And again, I want you to really think about putting this product out much sooner than you would think you can. As in, your product should probably be out there in weeks. And I'm going to give you a story in just a few minutes that's going to blow your mind about the MVP. And so it's great now to give it a name, because when you give it a name, it becomes a reality in your mind. So I'm challenging you to give it a name right now. And a great name is this. You say, like going from your current reality to your desired reality, or the 6 steps to get to a desired reality. You know, and that's again why we went 6-pack abs in 6 weeks, right? Or some of the desired reality earlier was, you know, a photography or sleeping well at night. So the 6 steps to waking up every morning refreshed. I mean, honestly, I think I want to buy that product right now. For $47, I'll take it, just on the outside chance it works, because nothing else has worked. So right now, put that product idea, because once you put a name to it, it's going to make it happen a lot quicker. So go ahead right now and type in the chat. If you want to use 6-step, that's okay. But just think about that desired reality, make it quantifiable, and say 6 steps to this, or getting from current reality to this. That's a great way to name your minimum viable product. And let me share with you a story that is going to blow your mind about the minimum viable product. And here is this. You can sell your minimum viable product before you create it. Let me say that again. You can sell it before you create it, which means you could sell your MVP tonight if you wanted to. And this is a crucial idea, because you can sell it to see if there's interest in people buying this. Now, you might say, Brian, that's not unethical, and I don't know if I could ever do that. People do it all the time on crowdfunding places like Indiegogo and Kickstarter. They say, how would you like a virtual reality headset that I can wear underwater and in a spaceship? Oh, you would like it? Good, fund my campaign and we'll deliver it in 12 months. That's the perfect example of an MVP, right? That has not yet been created. And so you can do the same. How would you like a program that will get you waking up every day refreshed and whatever? My next course starts in 3 weeks. Go out there and sell it. If no one buys it, then guess what? You haven't wasted any more time than it took you to type that out. If 100 people buy it, guess what? For the next week, you're going to create the most amazing product you've ever made, and you could probably quit your job, and now you can do whatever you want with your life. We tested it like that, and now you know if you have a business. This concept alone would probably start thousands or tens of thousands of businesses around the world in an instant. And yet most people don't do it because they don't understand the concept and they're scared. So again, right now, type in what that product would be, 6 steps to da-da-da. And I want to tell you the story about one of our Business Accelerator students who did exactly that. And his name is Fahim, and he had a concept for his business called Halal Paleo. And it was about people that wanted to eat halal and they also wanted to eat paleo. And here's a graphic of his website showing you a little bit about the halal paleo. And he was trying to figure out what his product idea was. And he was like, Brian, I don't know. I know I need some kind of thing with a product success path, and yet I don't know if I'm going to create it. And so what he did is exactly what I said. He sold it before he created it. And here is a short video of Fahim talking about that whole thing that happened when it came to selling his MVP before it was created. Talk to me about this ebook. How much does it cost? And when you sold your first ebook, how long had you spent writing it? It's a trick question here, but you're going to know what I'm saying really quick here.
Okay, so I didn't even write it before I sold it.
You didn't write the book before you sold it?
No. I learned from the best.
That is the concept of MVP, right?
Yep.
It's a minimum viable product where you test the market before you build a product.
Yep.
And so what did you do with this ebook?
So we wrote down, we made an offer to our mailing list and said, we're putting this book together and it's going to be due on this particular date. If you purchase on a pre-order, you get a discount. And we provided access to a Facebook membership group, and also the first 20 pre-orders would get a direct Skype call once per month. And what
you guys are good.
Yeah, we're just trying to. So you can see the immense value. $7.99. The cost of that is greater than the $7.99 to maintain it. But what we're trying to do is give immense value and build that membership base. Yeah. So which will then, once we have that long-term relationship, we'll start solving the bigger problems our audience will be having.
And I still remember Fahim at our graduation dinner here in London. He was selling products at the dinner, and he was standing up like, Brian, I just sold another product. I just sold another product. And I was like, but you haven't created it. And he's like, no, but I'm going to create this amazing recipe book and da-da-da-da-da. I've already got ideas. But it was just amazing to see our blueprint happening in real time in front of me. And the smile on his face was amazing. And everybody at dinner was doing the same thing. And it was just like, wow. You know, we just introduced this young man into a whole new reality. And he can do with it whatever he wants. He could quit his job, he could keep his job and use this for side income, or just use this to make people's lives better. But now he did it, whereas with his old way of thinking, he might have waited 12 months and wasted lots of time and might have chosen the wrong product or the wrong idea, but now he could test it before he actually made it. And I want to go now and find out what are the names of your low-cost products, but I want to share one other quick story. There's a very famous MVP, and it was called the Facebook. And it's what Mark Zuckerberg did when he was at Harvard. He put up 2 pictures of the Harvard students, and he asked you to pick one picture over the other picture. And he hacked into like the picture system for all the individuals, and he stuck it out there for everybody in the class. That was Facebook MVP. And people liked it, and they started doing it, and they started choosing people over choosing people, and it turned into this multi-billion-dollar business. But if he hadn't have done that, nothing would have happened. He might have actually finished his degree and God forbid, gone onto Wall Street or something and gone down a whole nother way. So the concept of the MVP is responsible for creating billion-dollar businesses. This is real talk, folks. If you can embrace this now, you have a huge chance of building a real business for yourself. So Julian, I'd love to go and hear what people are saying about this concept of the MVP. You know, it's easy for me to talk about this, but as you know, inside the Business Accelerator, there's a lot of resistance I get from people when I'm like, sell it now and sell it before you're ready. But once people get used to being in the flow, which they do inside the program, they really start taking chances and pulling the trigger anywhere. What are people saying about this, and are there some good ideas out there?
We've got Reinhold, who's actually on the course. He's about to start next week. He's saying, I can sell my MVP tonight.
Woo! I love it. Look, Reinhold is on our Life Accelerator. He pulled the trigger on the Business Accelerator a few days ago, and so I love that. That's the kind of thinking I need. You know, that actually says something right there that I want to make a point on. Reinhold didn't even tell me the name of his MVP, and I got a feeling he didn't tell me why, because it doesn't matter. He can start it, and if no one buys it, he can do another MVP and another MVP and another MVP. And I'm telling you, all of these icons here on your phone all started as an MVP. And the ones that aren't here on your browser are the ones that didn't pan out. And that's because they pivoted and pivoted and pivoted. And most of your favorite apps and your favorite tech applications started as something else, and then when no one bought them, they changed, and then it worked. You should think the same way as an entrepreneur. Always be ready to test it, fail, boom, success, invest in it. So very, very important. What are other people saying?
Pranav, who wants to build that photography business, is saying decide which camera is best for you in under 5 minutes.
Okay, good. I like that. Yeah, I would probably play with the language or that, but find your dream camera or find the dream camera for your needs in less than 5 minutes. I like that. So yeah, work on that, but I think that's very close for product success path.
Barud says 6 steps to be a happy mom of a newborn.
Cool. I like that. I would be a little more descriptive, but I like that because I know that's really hard. And you might even put a pain point in there to avoid this and become a happy mom of a newborn. Yeah, I like it.
FM, don't have a name there, but she says, or he says, live your love your life in 6 easy steps.
Okay, good. Again, I love something a little more quantifiable there because I don't know what I'd be buying, but if I think I can get X, then that's good. That's what I love about Fahim's, the halal paleo guide, of how to eat during Ramadan, 10 simple recipes that'll change your life. It's like, yeah, okay, I want it. I'll buy it. So yeah, quantifiable to where it's almost a no-brainer. Again, like wake up every morning refreshed. My 6-step program to make sure every day starts amazing, $47. I actually don't even need to see a website. I'll buy it because it already sounds that good. Make sure your product is the same.
Mohammed is saying 6 steps to a healthier lifestyle, air, water, and food.
Okay, again, a few more specifics could be interesting. Maybe what we actually have people do inside the Business Accelerator is we have a sub-headline as well. So the headline hooks them, the subline makes them buy, if that makes sense. So hook them with the 6-pack abs in 6 weeks, and then underneath say, the blah, blah, blah program that will get you lean, mean, a fighting machine, or whatever the hell it is. And then you're like, yeah, okay, I'll take it. So sounds like they're getting this, right?
Yep.
All right, I love it. Well, good. I want to finish on this final thought about all of these concepts because I walked you through the end-to-end ecosystem, and this is an important foundation of any business out there. If you try to start your business without seeing the big picture, you're going to make mistake after mistake after mistake. I did the same thing with London Real. For 3 years, all I did was create free product. And if you look at that end-to-end ecosystem, it doesn't survive without all of the layers. And there was no wonder I wasn't making any money. And I was thinking, wait a second, why can't I have sponsors? It doesn't work that way. So now by seeing that, you understand you must have a low-cost product. But you can't survive on low cost alone. You also have to think about that prime offering. Next, I talked about this concept of the product success path. You really need to know how to take your customers from a current reality to a desired reality. Once you get that into your head and you modify that, some of your ideas tonight are very good, work on them a little bit more. You can sell people within 2 minutes. You say, hey, how would you like to wake up every morning feeling refreshed and never be tired, never feel this, never feel this? Yeah, well, I can teach you that in 6 steps. Cost $47. Would you like it? Yes. That's a beautiful thing. You've just communicated to me my desired reality from my current reality. You do it in 6 steps. You can kind of explain them. It's a reasonable cost. I want it. Very important. Once you can create that first digital product, you're on your way to having your own business that can scale forever. Very, very important. The final piece is the minimum viable product. You have to test this stuff now before you're ready. You have to put it out there and see if the market wants it and then invest bigger and bigger and bigger. That's how all great businesses were created. Nowadays, we see Facebook for what it is. It started off in a Harvard dormitory as just a fun idea. Let's see what happens when we do this. And it became a huge global phenomenon. You have to start thinking the same way. At London Real, we started with the Academy and we built it from there. I've done this with over 500 graduates. They have built businesses from all walks of life. I've trained Wall Street bankers, lawyers, doctors, movement specialists, vegans, yoga instructors, you name it. I've taught them how to do this, but they all had to get these concepts in their head of the end-to-end ecosystem, the product success path, and the minimum viable product. And the beautiful thing about the Business Accelerator is that we actually force you to sell your minimum viable product right in the course. And so that's what this really is all about, folks. And if this is a dream for you right now to one day own that business, and earlier today, I asked you to close your eyes and visualize what that looks like, that 6 or 7-figure business that is yours to have right now, and how that will change your lifestyle. I mean, if you really do want to turn that passion into a business and just have more choices, not to mention just pump tons and tons of value into the world and really change people's lives, that's what this is all about, folks. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing something that allows you to travel when you want, allows you to quit the job, allows you to scale up as much as you want and really change people's lives. That's what we're talking about here. And that's why I created the Business Accelerator. Because after we started building London Real as a business, it became successful. We had money. I started hiring staff. Julian came on board full time. We got more and more people here like Alexander Ziri. People said, Brian, how do you do this? Will you share it with us? And I was like, yeah, I'll get to that someday. And I was like, okay, I got to do this now. So we put together our entire blueprint. We basically went through all the time I wasted, all the things I did wrong, all the mistakes I made on social media, on digital product, on broadcasting, and I put it together in an 8-week course. And that is what the Business Accelerator is. And as of Monday, this program is open. It's an incredible opportunity. It's one that doesn't come around very often, probably one we won't do for another year, and it's one where I personally mentor you over 8 weeks, and I teach you all of the details of how to take your passion into a business. I teach you the strategies that I used to build London Real into a 7-figure business. And it's an incredible, incredible piece, and it really works on many different levels. First, it's the strategy. Then it's the community, and finally, it's the accountability. And this is what's really lacking out there these days when it comes to teaching people things digitally. But let me start off with the strategy, because what we do is over 8 weeks, I teach you 8 different modules, and I teach you all the strategies that it took and it will take to you to create a business from scratch, starting with an idea that's built on your passion. And so every 8 weeks, each week of the weeks, I give you a video module and a workbook, and then I walk you through each piece. So let me tell you what's inside the Business Accelerator. Week 1, we start off with bulletproofing your business idea. And here, I show you the 3 stages to finding the right idea, your 1-minute pitch mastery, and of course, the 3 entrepreneur mindsets that are gonna get you all the way through the rest of the course. Week 2, we go in to find your micro niche. Here, I show you how to position yourself to win in high potential market niches. Next, I show you how to outsmart your competitors. And finally, I show you how to understand the psychology of your customer. Now we're getting warmed up, folks. You're starting to feel this, and it gets exciting. Week 3, it's time to build your high performance website. Yes, that means after about 15 days, you're gonna have your own website that converts people into customers. Here, I show you how to create a stunning website the easy way. I show you how to learn how to craft compelling site copy, and I show you strategies on how to capture and nurture leads. Week 4, it's time to make your content. Yes, we are creating videos that are gonna turn those people into paying clients. I show you how to produce a 3-part video series using the techniques we developed here at London Real. I show you how to install your automated sales machine system, and you learn how to craft blogs like a best-selling author. But we're just getting warmed up because week 5 is our specialty here. Kickstart your social media. Now, I'm going to teach you the art of social media, which is a results-driven approach to your channels. We're all about results, folks. Next, I'm going to show you how to become an online authority in your market. And finally, I'm going to teach you a London Real tested strategy for automating your social media. But now we're getting warmed up because week 6, we're actually going to create your low-cost product. Yes, the one that you're going to make money from very, very shortly. This is week 6. I call it Create Your Product, and this is where we really go deep on the product success path like I talked about tonight. We're going to define your customer's reality and how to get them there. We're going to talk about the step-by-step guidelines on how to productize your knowledge, and of course, you're going to design your minimum viable product. Week 7 is where it's time to make those Benjamins. We are going to sell your product. You're going to go live, and I'm going to teach you how to sell without being salesy. You're going to present your very first online webinar, and finally, you're going to master the secrets to closing the sale. Now, you're going to have money in your bank account, folks. It feels weird, The ideas in your brain will have now gone to money in your bank account. Could be a few hundred, could be a few thousand, it could be even more than that. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. This is when your whole brain gets shifted. This is when you fall off your chair and you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought I could do this, but I just did it. And now it's time for week 8. And this is where we actually launch your business to the world. Congratulations, now you have a real business. I'm gonna show you how to fit all the pieces into one powerful revenue generating machine. I'm gonna show you how to identify and track the key metrics for now scaling your business up to 7 figures if you want. And finally, you're gonna create a fail-proof blueprint for the next 12 months, and we're gonna show you how to stay on topic and make it happen there. Now look, most courses stop there. They just give you the online strategies. And that's what makes us different, because we don't do that. When you buy the course is when we start working here, because I give you 2 other very important pieces that no one else offers. That's why I put the Business Accelerator, I will take the Pepsi Challenge against anything out there. No one educates like we do. No one can transform you to create that business. The first piece is community. You will not be alone on this journey. I will be putting you together with 150 people from all around the world who will be building their business right alongside you. They're going to be struggling with you the whole time. They're going to say, Brian, it's week 7 on the vlog and I don't want to pull my camera out again. I'm having a bad hair day. I don't get it. And I'm going to say, okay, let's figure out a way around this. Let's push through. There's somebody in Australia doing this. There's some grandma in Canada that's doing it. There's some 17-year-old kid in France that just did it. I bet you can do it too, and you're gonna be like, you know what, you're right, I can. I can't emphasize the power of this community, because we're all gonna move through this course together, and I'm gonna be there on live calls every week making it happen. This is serious community, and it's how we all do it. And you're gonna meet the people on this course that are gonna be your friends, they're going to be your partners, they're going to be your collaborators, your investors for life. I'm telling you, the crew of people that go through is absolutely incredible. And let me say something really quick about the community. I've had people tell me that the price of the course alone is worth the community, because these people are trying to get themselves and their businesses to the next level. And you've heard this expression, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Well, who are you surrounding yourself with right now? Let's think about your friends and your family. Are they about to start a 7-figure business? Do they want to transform themselves no matter what it takes? Do they want to stop wasting their life? Do they want to stop losing? No, they're probably fine with all that stuff. What if I could give you 150 people that you get to hang out with every single day, not to mention me and all the team leaders here at London Real, that not only want you to succeed, that expect you to succeed. I'm telling you, the power of this group is amazing. We're constantly uploading videos in the private Facebook group. We're pushing ourselves to the next level. It's super powerful. But that's not all. The community is there. The strategy is there. But then I bring in the accountability. And this is what makes London Real Academy different than anything out there, because we have the triple tier accountability. It starts 2 hours of live calls with me every week, just like this. Tuesday night and Sunday night, where I do the call from my home, where my children sleep. I'm there with you, pushing you through every step of the way. I'm asking you questions, we're talking back and forth. Second part is our private Facebook group. This is where you upload your videos, you upload your assignments, you comment on your other fellow students and soon-to-be graduates' progress. You say, I like that idea, I don't like that idea, I would buy that product, why don't you try this, why don't you try that? It's an amazing group where we all push each other to get to the next level. And finally, you have our 24/7 support. Any problem you have, any question you have, you can email us, you can ping us on Facebook. We are there to help you fix it and to get results right away. There's nothing out there like this. And so that's what makes this different. And don't take my word for it. Let me give you a few of our graduates and let me share with you some of the experiences that they had inside the Business Accelerator.
Being with you in 8 weeks, within just 7 days, I put on my landing page with a free video series. Next week, I put on my 6 weeks online course. I've never met that experience within that short time frame being so productive and producing so much stuff, because of the community, of the accountability that we have.
This is what I need. This is the one thing that I'm missing. I'm lacking that blueprint, that direction, to take what I'm doing forward and make it successful. It just made me feel a lot more confident, and I just went out there and pushed myself just a little bit, and that's something I should have done years ago. And now I realise that what I've been missing, and I found a way to put it all together and get out there and do it and make it happen. And that was worth every penny I paid. Just that pulling that out has taken me from that sort of 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, and it's put me on the right path.
It was an experience, and I sold 3 courses. And then after that, I kept getting more. I kept getting referrals for more, and then I got cold sales, and I was like, okay, it's working. This is absolutely working. The accountability document, like, it kept me, every day I was like, okay, I don't go to bed until I work my business, so I always had something on that document to check off every day. So that's how I knew. It was like my gut check. I knew that I was working my business.
Just keep doing what you're doing, and thank you so much for being part of the course.
Thank you so much. It's changed my life.
From the first 2 weeks, the amount of knowledge that I knew that I was gonna get was gonna be amazing. Not just, again, from the technical things that we saw in the first 2 weeks, but it's really the mind change of how you actually have to go and do something different and change the perception that you have about certain things and about yourself, and just get out there.
I mean, it's like a bit magical. And I just, they asked me, should I do it? Absolutely. Absolutely do it. I mean, you'll get enough out of it that, even the person who got the least out of it is totally worth it. But especially if you're willing to put the work in and exert yourself, get out of the comfort zone, you will succeed.
I love watching these students talk about their success, but what I love even more is the excitement on their faces, because they've been empowered to take their message and transform the world and make money while doing it, and use that money to just make it even bigger. And so it always makes me feel great. And that's why I love teaching these programs even more than I love speaking to some of the greatest minds in the world here at London Real. But I must say, I can't claim to solve every single problem, because I can't make your business a success if you don't promise me that you're willing to go in absolutely 100% on this, because this takes work. This course takes going into the fears. It takes pushing yourself. But I promise, if you're willing to do that, then me and my team will meet you halfway, and we will get you across that goal line, dragging and kicking and screaming if absolutely necessary. The key thing about the London Real Academy is our accountability and our proven roadmap. This accountability system of making sure over that course of 8 weeks that you show up to the live calls, that you do the work, that you create that website, you build your social media presence, you create the digital product, you sell it on your very own webinar, and then you scale your business. I make sure you do it every step of the way. I call roll on the calls. I make sure you do it. Imagine that. I can promise you a revenue-generating business by April. Isn't that incredible to think? But the thing is, we've done it over 500 times from people all around the world, from business to business plays. I've done it with people that are lawyers, doctors, Wall Street bankers, movers, no college education, 17-year-olds and 74-year-olds. We've done it over and over and over again. So I'm confident that we can do it with you. And I've got a special offer. If you're on this masterclass tonight, I have 2 special bonuses, but you can only get them if you decide to pull the trigger and take us up and join the Business Accelerator now, and I think the offer is there. The first one is our special video about your relationship with money. And this was one of my guests named Philip McKernan, who was here in the studio, and he talked about one of the biggest problems we have, which is a relationship with money. And I'm guessing, if you're watching me right now, that you might have a dysfunctional relationship with money. That you think maybe money is dirty or bad, or you don't like selling, or you don't like asking people to give you money for your products, which is probably one of the reasons you've never been able to start a business. Or maybe you've never been successful, or maybe you've never been able to make a lot of money. Well, this video really helps rewire your brain. and shows you how, by charging money, you can take that money and create value to the world. By charging people money, you're asking them to invest in themselves to make them better people. This is an absolute game changer, folks, and it's yours free tonight if you pull the trigger and join me for this incredible 8-week online accountability program. I'm telling you, this experience is very, very special, and I don't want you to lose your chance. The second video I want to give you is what I call the Facebook ad mastery. So many people throw money at Facebook for their businesses, but they don't understand why or how. And they just really throw it down the rat hole, is the expression I have around here. I'm here to show you exactly how we spend money on Facebook and how you can get a high amount of return, sometimes even 10 to 1 for what you spend on Facebook, and it's done the MVP way. We test it, we test it, we test it. When it's successful, we double and triple and quadruple down on it. We've got a whole video, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, and that is yours free tonight if you pull the trigger and join us while this call is still on. And I've got another bonus. We have a graduation weekend for this Business Accelerator. It's April 14th and 15th here in London. And the gong happened, and there's Julian hitting the gong. One of you have actually pulled the trigger tonight and joined our Business Accelerator, and we'll be ringing this throughout because there's probably more of you coming now, and I love hearing that song. Sometimes it scares me, that thing. And so, of course, you'll be coming to the graduation. The graduation is optional, and but if you want, you can fly in from around the world. Come here. I teach a special bonus live masterclass here in the studio to our graduates, and I show them the inner secrets. I kind of pull back the curtain and show you what we do here at London Real with all of our business programs and our accelerators, and how you can do the same. And then, of course, we have a graduation dinner. We have a walking tour of London. That's all free, but it's just there for you if you want to take your business and all of your connections and network to the next level. Again, the people in this course are incredible. You've already seen me posting their profiles all over Facebook. Incredible entrepreneurs. Some of them have an idea for their business. Some of them have no idea. Some of them have million-dollar businesses already, and they want us to teach them how to get to the next level. They are all going to soon be your very best friends in this course. I know it sounds strange, but you will become very close to these people, and you will know them the rest of your life, and they will be a high value for you. And so finally, what is the level of investment for this course, Brian? It's a great question. What is the price? And let me tell you, first of all, I have to say, I believe this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to take advantage of this course. I don't know when we're going to offer this again, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be so personally involved. But right now, you have me for 2 live calls per week. That's 16 hours of live teaching from me. I will personally mentor you and show you how to take your passion and turn it into a revenue-generating business in 8 weeks. Let me repeat that. Your passion, with maybe no idea at all, into a revenue-generating business for 8 weeks. I've done this over 500 times, and I will keep doing it because I understand the blueprint and I know what it takes because I made all the mistakes. And now I know how you don't have to make them, and I can figure it out in an instant, and I'll show you how. So now is the time to pull the trigger on this. The value of this course is insurmountable, but the price of this course for you today is $2,997. And that is the basic plan. It gives you the 16 hours of live calls. It gives you 8 video modules with 3 videos for each module, teaching you important concepts inside the Accelerator program. With each module comes your very own workbook. And then we have the private Facebook group where you'll be uploading all sorts of videos. The interaction is absolutely insane. If you're having a tough week, you'll see all the success people are having. If you have a question, you'll see one of your fellow students solves it in an amazing way, starts getting great reactions. It's an amazing way to learn. Don't get me wrong, I think my teaching is incredible, but the real value is the student body here and watching them learn alongside you. It's absolutely incredible, and you have access to all of this for life. You got access to the entire Business Accelerator for the rest of your life. You can go revisit it in 3 months. You can come back in a year or 2 years. There is value here for a long time, and I encourage you to revisit all the time. Also, I have a payment plan. So if for some reason you don't have that money to invest right now, I have a 12-month payment plan for $297 per month. So for only $297, I can start you on a program that could easily make you thousands within 6 weeks. And so that is what I decided to do. I only did this recently, but I realized some people needed a minimum level investment, and so that's what I offered. But if you pay in full tonight, you can save $567, and I will give you 2 pay-in-full bonuses. And these are absolutely incredible. The first is a live kickoff call with me, where I will go deeper on your idea and try to pre-mentor you before the course starts on your business idea, your low-cost product, and how I think you could make your 6-figure business even happen quicker. And the second is this amazing thing called Dan Pena Live at the Ritz. And this was a special event that I held with the $50 billion man a few years ago at the Ritz here in London. We flew in 30 entrepreneurs from around the world, a billionaire included, and Dan Pena came out for 6 hours blasting. He fired these gentlemen up in such a way that many of them had game-changing events happening in their careers and their personal lives afterwards. This is my bonus for you, free. If you pull the trigger tonight and you pay in full, I'm going to send you Dan Pena Live at the Ritz, and we're going to book that live video kickoff call with me. Again, this price is highly discounted in my mind, and obviously someone else feels the same. In my opinion, this course is easily worth $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 because that's the kind of impact it can have on your business. So for me, I want to get this in the hands of as many people as possible, and I'll be honest, I'm selfish. I love watching these graduate videos. I love it when people come alive and talk about their success, and I want you to be successful. So somewhere down the line, when you IPO, when you've made the next Facebook, you can say, you know what? It was London Real that started me off. And I'll be like, you know what? That just makes me feel better. And so I want to price this in a way where the most people as possible can get it, but I still know it's important that you invest the money and you have the pay price to action, because when you invest in this course and you cut a check, I know that you're going to show up and you're going to do the work. And when things get hard, you're going to think, well, I paid the money. I better show up this week and I better do the work. And that's the reason that, that we priced it the way we have. But there's 2 other also tiers to the pricing structure. If you want to take it to the next level and go for the premium plan, then you can do that and spend $4,997. By doing so, you become part of my personal team. You get my private email address and my private Facebook chat on Messenger. And at the end of the course, you get your very own interview right here at London Real Studios. There, you can smell the letter and you can sit in the chair, the same chair that was sat in by Dan Pena, the $50 billion man, the same chair that was sat in by Dorian Yates, by Ido Portal, and we will talk about your business. We'll talk about your journey, and you will have this video as a business asset. You can put it on your website. You can put it on your LinkedIn profile. You can send it out to potential collaborators, future business partners. This video alone could make you $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 in new leads and new clients and new revenue. It's a huge asset. So that's the premium plan. And again, it's an incredible thing to do if you want to have that asset to take your business to the next level. And finally, we have our inner circle plan. And for this, you get, on top of the premium plan, you also get 6 months of private mentoring after the course is over, and you get access to my inner circle group. And this is a small group of entrepreneurs from around the world that are building 7- and 8-figure businesses. And these are people that I give private instruction to, that we get together twice a month on video calls, and live we get together every quarter here in London, and we go through and we brainstorm the problems they're having on their business, and we share knowledge with each other. And this is where really it's a very powerful network and a powerful system of taking your business to the next level. And so that's the Inner Circle program. There's only, I think, 1 space left for that program. So if you want it, grab it now. We always keep this very small because that group is kept very small as well. And so those are the 3 levels of investment. Again, we've got the payment plan at $297. And I always say, if you're on this call and you spent the last hour with me and you can't come up with $297, I don't believe you. Or you're not resourceful enough, or you don't deserve a business. Because I think, knowing that this business is going to take your life to the next level, that you will generate revenues in week 6, and you can't still find some way of getting that money, well, I just maybe think you don't want it that much. And so that's why I've lowered all the barriers to where all you can do is say, yes, Brian, I'm going to pull the trigger and make this happen. But the best part of this entire offer and this entire program is what I'm about to share with you now. And that is our 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. Perfect timing on that gong. And that's what I have to say about this, is that I believe in the Business Accelerator so much. I've put everything on my life and in my life and all of my experience inside London Real into this program. I put all of my passion into this. I put my time and my energy into these calls. I privately mentor everybody on this course over 8 weeks until they create revenues. I drag them across that goal line, kicking and screaming if necessary. And the reason I do all that is because I know you will be successful. But if for any reason you are not 100% completely satisfied with this course, I am offering you a 60-day money-back guarantee. All you have to do is show up to the calls and do the work. And if you don't finish by thinking, Brian, that was the absolutely most amazing experience of my life, your money back, no questions asked. And that is how much we believe in what we're doing here. And so just to finish it all off, and now I want to answer a few questions from you. It's the Business Accelerator. You've heard about this course. You've seen the graduates. You've seen the huge businesses we built. You've seen the testimonials. And honestly, I've only shared about 5 or 6 or 8 with you tonight. There are hundreds and hundreds of them on YouTube. You can go watch them if you want. But this is the Business Accelerator. It's our most successful graduate course to date. It's an incredible way to take passion and turn it into a business with no idea to start. It's 8 weeks of accountability. It's 16 hours of live calls taught by me. It's 8 modules that you have lifetime access to. It's a group of 150 entrepreneurs from around the world that are all trying to take their life to the next level. And let me just say that again. This is a group of people that will help you take your life to the next level. And one of the problems that you're probably having right now with starting a business is that maybe no one in your life is supporting you. Everyone says, yeah, that's a crazy idea, or are you sure you're gonna have enough time, or what do you know about business anyways? That's the problem, it's negativity. I'm offering you a chance to be surrounded by people who not only want you to be successful, but who expect you to be successful, who are being successful themselves. That's what we do here at London Real, and that's what I'm offering you with the Business Accelerator. It's taking your passion and turning it into a business with revenues in 8 weeks. It's an incredible program. The peer group alone is worth the cost of this course. The accountability system, there's nothing like it out there. We get you to do the things you don't want to do in order to have the life that you want to lead. This is a game changer. And so now I want to go to a few questions from you and find out what's going on and find out what people are saying. But I just do want to say one more thing, is that life all comes down to a few moments. And you could probably look back on your life and think of the great things that happened to you, probably came down to a few seconds where you could have swerved left or you could have swerved right. You could have made that bold move, walked across the bar and introduced yourself to that guy or to that girl, or went for that job and stood up in the interview and said, I want this thing. And that changed the course of your life. This is one of those moments where you can decide to kind of cower back and say, no, I'll do it next year and I don't have the money and I don't have the time. Or you can say, you know what, Brian? Money back guarantee, payment plan. I trust London Real. I trust the process. You guys have been there for me for 7 years, giving me content, giving me great ideas, inspiring me to change. I've watched you transform and turn your business into something that's 7 figures. I know you guys. I trust you guys. I know you can take me to the next level. Life all comes down to a few moments. This is one of them. Don't overthink it. So many people say, let me watch 3 more testimonials. That's you living in your fear. Research is procrastination in disguise so many times. Life all comes down to a few moments. Pull the trigger, click the link, type in those digits. That's when it happens, folks. Another customer, I got to hear some of these names here. Let me go to Julian and let me answer some of your questions. Who are these people that are joining this course? I keep hearing you ring the bell. And just so people that don't know, you hit the gong when what happens?
When someone invests in themselves, pulls the trigger, joins the academy.
I love it. All right, what's going on out there? Who's doing this stuff?
That was Tom Clinton.
Welcome, Tom. I love it, man.
We also had Terry Tyler.
All right, good stuff.
Justin Rogers. Teresa Milani's back.
All right, fantastic.
Matthew Clegg. and Jose Angelo.
Geez, people are pulling the triggers left and right. All right, more to come on this, so that's fantastic. And look, these people are pulling the trigger. We always ring the gong. I mean, they're investing in us, but they're investing in themselves. And the crazy thing is that these people now, they put their money on the line. And guess what that means? For the next 8 weeks, they're going to be pushing themselves. They're going to get uncomfortable. They're going to do the work. But guess what? When they look back after 8 weeks, they're going to be like one of those people in the videos you just watched. As a matter of fact, a lot of these people will be right here in the studio in 8 weeks' time saying, Brian, I can't believe it. I did my first webinar and I sold product and now people are thanking me and now I just quit my job and I'm starting a business. That could be you. And I always say this, Julian, I'm being cruel here, but I'm going to stream their interviews back into the Facebook group so you can see the person you could have been. And you will be like, maybe that'll help you pull the trigger because I think it's really important. What are some of the questions people are asking? Because I always forget a couple things.
We've got Faraz here. He's got a few questions, but this is the main one. Does everyone succeed at graduating?
Succeed at graduating. Okay, great question. So we have 8 weeks of the program. We make sure, kicking and screaming, that people get through and do the work. But like I said earlier, I can't guarantee to give you a business if you don't meet us halfway. I can't get out there and stick your phone in front of your face and say, give me 10 vlogs. I can't say, create your product success path. What I will do is make sure you're on every call. I'll come and find you, I'll hunt you down, I'll call roll. When you don't do any single part of any one of the modules, I will be in that private Facebook group saying, what's up, Faraz? What's going on, buddy? Where's your stuff? And I will shame you in front of all of your classmates. And they'll, pretty much your team will be like, yo, what's up, buddy? You're making us look bad. And one thing I didn't mention, but we have competitions every week inside the Business Accelerator. We call it the Olympics. And I break it into teams of 20. So the whole course, and everyone competes for awards and for prizes. And when you don't do the work, people give you a hard time. So that's why we have a 96% completion rate on this course. And that's incredible because the average in the market is 5% for people actually completing online courses. Ours is 96%. And it's because we put this system into place where people, they don't want to let other people down, so they do the work. And so, yeah, 96% of the people graduate, they create a business with revenues, they come to London, which is optional, they meet their colleagues, and their life transforms. But you do have to do the work. But I will make sure you do the work. And the thing is that you'll enjoy doing the work. And we'll get you over those little pieces of friction and resistance that happen naturally. And if you try to do this on your own, and right now, Julian, you know, there's 3,500 people in the free Facebook group. And some of them already said, Brian, I can't make the course because of blah, 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 insert excuse here. It's always an excuse. My dog ate my homework. It's cold outside. It's warm outside. My grandma died. My grandma didn't die. There's always an excuse, right? But I'll do it on my own, Brian. You showed me everything. And I did show you everything. The problem is in week 2, something happens, right? Something happens. Your kid got sick. You got fired from your job. Trump got reelected. And it always gives you a reason to stop. I won't accept that. I will say, no, that's not a good reason. Let's continue. And this happens all the time in our accelerators. You know what that's like. I've had people that had their grandma die and said, Brian, I need to quit the course. And I'm like, look, I'm sorry about your grandma, but why are you quitting? Would she want you to punk out? Is that what she wants from you? Or would she want you to push through and be successful? So let's figure this out. How can we work through this? We constantly demand the best from you, and that's what we do inside this course.
So Faraz is saying, so it's no man left behind. Yes, exactly, right?
Exactly. We have a no man or woman left behind policy. And that's it. We're much like, this is like a Navy SEAL team. We all go through this as a group. We sweat, we bleed, we're in pain, we have joy, and that's why when you come for graduation, like you see the pictures online on Facebook, I mean, this is like, it's like a hug fest. People know each other so well, people propose to each other. It's like crazy because, you know, it's a unit that have done something really special together, and they're going to be co-workers and colleagues and business partners for life.
Can I get to my gong?
Yeah, go gong away. Who's that?
That is Merle Tracy Galloway.
Wow, Merle Tracy Galloway. Let's do this. Let's build your business together. I love it. I love all these people because, again, I love the private Facebook group, sorry, the public Facebook group. It's the workshop group. We teach everything in there. But there's another group which we haven't told you about, and that's the Business Accelerator Facebook group for the people that are getting gongs right now. And you're getting in there right now. You're going to get Module 1. You're going to meet all of your colleagues and soon to be graduate classmates that are in there. You're going to be on the first live call with me in 10 days. And by April, you're going to have a business with revenues. And all the other people are just going to be tourists. And like I said, they all have an excuse not to join, but it's just not good enough. With a 60-day money-back guarantee, knowing that you're going to make enough revenues to pay for this course within 6 weeks, and knowing who we are here at London Real, there's no reason not to pull the trigger. Other questions?
Our man in Tokyo, Tony, says, Brian, I don't live in London. Can I stay at your house during the course?
Tony, look, I appreciate you asking for the request, but the best part of this course is that you don't need to be in London. This is an online accountability course. I actually prefer it if you're not in London. And so what we've done here at London Real and inside the Academy is create a way of teaching and instructing and getting people to take action from everywhere around the world. We have graduates from 76 different countries, and on any single live call, there's people in 14 different time zones. I actually prefer it if you're not in London because it allows you to bring different experiences from different marketplaces and different languages and cultures into the group, which makes it even stronger. So yeah, it's not for London. The graduation event is in London, but it's optional. If you want to fly in, come in, be here, part of everything, but you don't need to be in London. And I said this before, Julian, I think this is true. This course is more effective that we do it online. If I had people show up here every week and I did the hour call here, I don't think it would be the same because people, when they tune in from different places, they don't know each other, they upload the videos and then they start opening up and they start coming out with different ideas. They bring different experiences. They bring different hometowns, different diets, different practices. They give feedback and we become a better unit. So Tony, you don't need to live in London, but if you come here for graduation, no, you can't stay at my house. I've got 3 kids and we're running out of room.
Amy is asking, will we be spending a lot more money during the course on advertising, the website, etc.?
Great question, Amy. The simple answer is no. There's no added costs or anything like that. I don't believe in spending money on a business until it's a business. That's what an MVP is. It's a minimum viable product. So we're going to have you start a website. I think that thing costs, $20 or $15 to set up. And other than that, we don't spend a dime. All the social media is free. The creating your digital product is free. Uploading videos is free. Free. Until you make money, I don't believe you have any business in spending money on the web. And again, that's what makes us different and that's what makes great businesses different is minimum viable product. Don't invest in the product, your time, your money. Your time is also important. A lot of people are like, what's the cost? What's the cost? What about your time? Even spending an hour, 10 hours, a week, 10 weeks. Come on, let's be honest, folks. How much time have we spent on these things? That has a real cost of $1,000, $10,000, $20,000. That's why I always laugh when people say I don't have $297. You've already wasted that much time this week in your hourly earnings thinking about the business you'll never launch. And so just to finish Amy's question, no, there's no additional costs. I believe that all great businesses can be started from scratch and can be made bigger with cash flow, which is what we did at London Real. London Real, we never spent more than we earned. And we got this big by doing it. We did it, we got it because I used these practices. This is exactly how London Real was built. So again, no, Amy, there's like, I think a website, it's like 20 bucks or something. And if you already have a website, then it's $0 for you. But again, let me just say that one more time. The payment plan of $297, when I say if you can't come up with that money, I don't believe you, it's true. I've had people that when they decide they want the business, they find it, they borrow it, they whatever. But think about the amount of time that you've wasted thinking about your business, maybe talking about your business, maybe planning your business, maybe not doing your business. Add all those hours up. That's easily the cost of one of the payment plans. So that's why you should pull the trigger and get started.
A lot of questions coming in here, so let's move on. We've got Javier saying, have you had any filmmakers in the past succeed with this program?
A lot. Yeah, of course we had. You know, filmmakers are a funny breed because they actually, like a lot of people out there, even in the food industry, in the fitness industry, they have a certain idea of how filmmakers make money. Most people are like this, right? Coffee sellers think I gotta sell more coffee. To be honest, even lawyers and doctors don't know how to make money. They sell their time by the hour. How does a doctor get paid? By the hour. Why are they any better than someone who works at McDonald's? Well, there's anything wrong with that, but they get paid by the hour too. You need to get out of this mentality that I sell my time. Why not sell a product that you can sell 1 copy of or 100,000 copies of? You can make money while you sleep. So for filmmakers, we've had tons that go through here. Rob Sizer was one of them. We teach these filmmakers a different way of making money. For Rob, it was teaching people how to create products, teaching people how to create corporate videos, teaching people how to do all of these things that he knew about. He took his filmmaking techniques and productized them. Current reality to desired reality. You can make literally thousands of products, and they're out there as well. Look at Creative Live, Chase Jarvis, he does it all the time with video. He creates products. All you have to do is, it's like seeing the Matrix. You just have to take a step back and see things differently. A lot of personal trainers for a long time thought they had to come up with a product. Oh, I need a yoga mat. I need an ab stretcher. I need a different kettlebell. Why not sell your ideas? Same with a filmmaker. Sell your ideas. I know documentary filmmakers that sell courses on how to make documentaries. I know editors that teach how to edit, lighting professionals that teach how to light. At London Real, we will probably soon teach a course on how to make documentaries because we've learned how to do it and now we know how to do it. So for anyone out there, we can use your intellectual property, which I know you don't think you have, but you do have it. And that's the problem. Most of us spend our entire life learning how to specialize in something, or we're passionate about something. We learn lots about it, but we don't realize how knowledgeable we are. We climb this mountain all of our life, and we get to the top of our mountain. We don't realize we're up here. We just look around and say, wow, look at all the other mountains. They're so nice. But you don't realize you actually know a lot. All you have to do is productize that into a digital product and then find the people that will pay for it. And that's the beauty of social media marketing. And that's what we teach on the course. I teach you that person in Ohio, that person in Tokyo, that person in Colorado, that person in Buenos Aires. I introduce you to them. Those people buy your product. That's how you make a business, by taking the whole power of the internet and finding those few people around the world that want to pay you big money for your ideas. Are you getting wound up there? Okay,
Amy pulled the trigger.
Amy pulled the trigger. Look at you, Amy, pulling the trigger. I love it. And so, look, that's what I have to say about filmmakers, but it happens all the time. The thing is, as Julian knows, everybody comes with baggage, right? And so, look, the people that come to Business Accelerator, at least they pulled the trigger, right? At least they're tired of accepting mediocrity in their life, and they've invested in themselves, and they trust London Real, which they should, and they pull the trigger, which is great. But then they get there and they think, well, how do I take my filmmaking, my personal training, and how do I make a business out of that? Will it work for me? Of course, it works for anyone. These are ideas. Our customers are humans. That's all there is to it.
Great question here from Shemaiah. Says, I've been burnt by 2 mentors in the last 6 months who took 10,000, I guess that's dollars from me, and I got nothing. Heard that before, right?
Yeah, so many times.
I am very close to shutting down before I have even got going because of these mentors. Why is London Real Accelerator any different?
I'm so glad you asked this question. I'm so glad you asked this question. Because I hear it a lot and it makes me sad. It also makes me think I need to charge more for one of my programs. So thank you. I should be charging $20,000. I honestly think this program is dirt cheap. And people who graduate say, Brian, you got to charge more. Because what we teach, the empowerment we teach, the fact that it scales up to $100,000 million businesses, it's worth a lot more than that. But I'll come back to that. The problem with what's being sold online is this. Is that the people selling it spend all of their time marketing it and getting you to the webinar and selling it, and when they sell it to you, they stop. That's when they stop doing the work. At London Real, when we sell it to you, that's when we start doing the work. Because those 8 weeks are hectic around here. Ask Julian, they are absolutely manic. Because I'm going on these calls twice a week, live every week. I give you an extra team leader, which is a Business Accelerator graduate, who's already created their own business from the same modules as you. And for every 20 students, you get your own team leader. So we'll have, I think we're gonna have 20 team leaders on this course, 15 or 20 leaders. So they're all mobilizing in the background, right? We have this private Facebook group, all sorts of videos are going up. We have a community manager who's checking up on you. We're hunting you down. If you're not on this call, we're like, what's going on? Where's my introduction video? Where's my website? Where are my social media profiles? And literally, we're tracking you down. It's manic for 8 weeks. We go big. We're like, where's the webinar? We show up at the webinars. We make sure you're selling right. Some of us even buy your products because they're so damn good. Seriously, there's a lot of people in here that buy your products, London Real staff members, because they're so good. So we're watching you and checking on you the whole time. Graduation here, we don't do this because we have to. We created graduation because we saw everyone was connecting, and we're like, why don't we get them to London and we'll do a dinner and we'll do all this stuff. This is more value added because honestly, we stand behind our brand at London Real. I'm in this for the next 100 years. So is Julian, he might be outliving me. And so for us, we are creating massive amounts of value in the long term. I don't want your money right now. I don't need your money right now. We're using that money to build for the next 100 years. So for us, we stand on our reputation. Those video testimonials come because we invested heavily in those people. Like I said, we've got hundreds of those testimonials. I would play them all for you, but if you watch them all, you probably won't pull the trigger. So pull the trigger first, and then you can watch them all. But my point is this. There's a lot of people out there that sell things online. Then they give you the videos and they say, do it at your own pace. I love that one. Watch it when it's convenient, which is a nice way of saying, guess what? I just took your money and you're never going to do anything with this because it's a 5% completion rate. So my point is this, is that when you invest in the London Real Academy and you buy one of our products, we are there to make sure you do the work. We are there with you the whole step of the way. And once the course is done, we give you a 12-month accountability program with monthly live video calls to make sure you take it to the next level. This is actually a 14-month course that will take you all the way to 7 figures if you want. So it pains me when I hear stories of this happen, but I do hear stories of this all the time. People that have spent $25,000, $50,000 online and they've gotten nothing from it. All I can say is that's not what we do here. What we do is different. Nobody does this like we do. Check it out. Nobody does this. Nobody does these live courses, the accountability. Nobody has the community. We do it because we give a shit. We do it because we never were taught any other way of doing it. We do this because we want more than the money. We want a lot more than the money. We want to see transformation. We want to be known as the best in the business, the best in the world at everything that we do around here. When it comes to our broadcasts, our products, even the way we dress. We want to be the best. And so that's what I have to say to you. And thank you for also reminding me that I need to raise the prices. So can I raise the prices right now? Oh, wait.
Maybe wait.
$10,000, it just went up. No, but anyways, I'm sorry that happened to you. But look, I've had people like you that have said, okay, Brian, I've been burned. I'm going to try this. And they've been completely turned around. I think Susan Wahab was one of them. She just bought into our inner circle on the back of it. So she had already spent $50,000, got nothing. Then she bought into Inner Circle for $10,000, and now she's like, Brian, where can I spend another $40,000 with you because I'm getting so much return on my investment? And so I'm like, Susan, I got to create something. I don't know. So that's the answer to that. Look, before we go to the next question, I got to play this video, and I love this video because I know there's a lot of people watching right now that are still on the fence. All right, and I get it if you're on the fence, right? It's a bit of a step to take the leap and invest. You know you're going to have to be going in on a business and you're going to have to take the time. All I can say is this, is I can give you all of the free content. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've shown you videos on how to create a digital product, how to create the end-to-end ecosystem. I've given you the workbooks, the Facebook group. I've shown you what the peer group is like. I've walked you through tonight what it's like. I've given you the 60-day money-back guarantee. I've given you a payment plan to where I know you can find $300 somewhere. You can try this basically now if you want. But you have to take that last step, right? You have to make that on your own. I can't go there with you. But if you do make that step, I promise you, you're going to transform as a human being and you're going to have an incredible business, a incredible life, and a huge transformation. And for those people right now, I always think of this great video that Dan Pena played me when I was at his castle in Scotland. And this is the $50 billion man, one of my mentors, a man that I both love and hate simultaneously. And he played this video, and it makes me think about you right now. Because so often we see these opportunities in our life, and we just let them go by, and we just let them go by, and we just let them go by. And after a while, they're actually not there anymore. And sometimes it's the people that pull the trigger, that decide to just go for it. They're the ones that end up winning. And we've already seen those people here that we ring the gong tonight. And so for the rest of you, here's a video that just reminds me of you.
This is you, the room, and this is you, YouTubers. Pay attention, YouTubers, you fucking cunts. You stand around and watch all the opportunities go by. They sit there, oh, I'm getting ready, Bert's getting ready, Bert's getting ready, Rick's getting ready. Oh, maybe the next one, maybe the next one, maybe the next one. Oh, fuck, no, I'm tired now. Maybe the next one, and there comes somebody like me, just jumps on the fucker and eats it. Maybe the next one, Ray.
And I hope you enjoyed that video. We actually put that in the movie that we made, The $50 Billion Man with Dan Pena, and the whole theater in Mayfair was laughing at this video. They had to laugh at it because it's funny, right? I mean, you look at that video and you see there's all these lions that are just sitting there, right? And all of these opportunities are going in front of them, right? They're hungry. They haven't eaten in the desert for 4 days. And yet here's meal number 1, meal number 2, meal number 3, all these opportunities. Thank you. And then, as Dan says in the video, and then someone like me comes along and just eats one of them. Eats one of the fuckers, right? And so that's what this person just did. They're the lion that just said, you know what, I'm just going to eat one of them. And the rest of you are kind of like, oh, not ready. Oh, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. And so it's just a metaphor sometimes that like these opportunities are right there in your life. And you just have to go and get them. And it's so obvious from the people on safari that are watching the lions. So like, what are you doing? You know, and they're just sitting there like watching these things go by. And they give themselves excuses. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, not right now. Oh, don't have the money. Oh, business next year, like all these excuses, and sometimes you really have to pull the trigger and do it. So, look, I'd love to answer a couple questions, but actually, someone here, right here on the team, just said something to me really funny, which is really great insight. And he said, it's crazy because here in the UK, a degree takes 3 years. You know, you'll pay a lot of money for that, maybe up to 20,000, 30,000 pounds. At the end, you get a degree, a piece of paper that you put on your wall. You know, I went to MIT for 4 years. I took classes at the Sloan School of Business. And at the end of it, I didn't have anything to show for it, and I didn't learn how to do what we're teaching here. And with this, for a fraction of the price of both of those institutions, you'll walk out with something that actually is generating revenue. And you did this after 6 weeks. And if you continue generating revenue for even a year, it would give you massive amounts of return. So this is, it's just a plug and play, no-brainer version, and I honestly think this is the future of education. I think this is just a no-brainer, and when it comes to teaching business, this I think is the way to do it, and I think we'll see more of this in the future, and that's why I expect to graduate 100,000 students in the Learn Real Academy in the next 5 years, because what we're teaching is game-changing. And the fact that you can do it while we watch you do it over 8 weeks, and I can check your website, I can see what's going wrong, I can see you make the revenues, I can say do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, over 8 weeks and see you progress, that's what makes it different. And then we give you 12 months of accountability to make sure you keep it up. It's better than anything on the market, better than a weekend seminar, and as much as I love Mr. Dan Pena, it's better than the week at the castle, because we have the time to make sure you make the changes to get that first bits of revenue and then scale your business. So, yeah, there you go. Other questions?
FM is asking, does this offer extend over the weekend?
So this course is in high demand, right? On our last course, we graduated in November. You saw a bunch of testimonials. Paletta was on that class. People are making so much money. People are starting to hear about this, right? Beyond our own marketing, beyond our own videos. And so people start to ask me, Brian, when's the course ready? When is it up? This has been our most oversubscribed business accelerator to date. So as soon as it's full, we're closing it. I think it'll be closed by tomorrow. We run out of spaces because I don't have enough team leaders that I believe are qualified. And I won't run this course substandard. Everyone gets an incredible experience in this course, or I stop running it. That's, again, what makes us different than anybody out there. But I live and die by my reputation at London Real, you know, for everything, for the guests, for the brand, for everything. So as soon as it's full, we close it. I think it'll probably happen tomorrow. So no, I can't guarantee this will be around for the weekend. That's why now is the time to pull the trigger. Even if you think you want to do this and you want to pay in full, lock your space in with the payment plan now. You can upgrade if you want later. You can upgrade to premium. You can upgrade to inner circle. But for $297, you can basically reserve your spot to participate in this program. Do it now. We have PayPal options. We have credit cards. If you're having any problem with your credit card going through, you can email us, hello@londonreal.tv. There's a chat as well on the page in the bottom right-hand corner. You can ask questions or see what's going on. But seriously, lock your space in now. This course is massively oversubscribed because it's incredible. You're going to make revenues. You're going to have a business. So I can't guarantee that.
Fotis, not alone in asking this question. What if I do not have an idea and get stuck?
Great idea. Great question. Actually, on that note, I want to answer a couple commonly asked questions, and then I'm going to come back. So I get some commonly asked questions, so let me just answer them right now, and then I'll get back for any final questions from Julian. First one is, I get all the time, what if I don't have an idea and get stuck? Is that what he said, right? So first of all, about 1/3 of our students start with no idea. That means no idea whatsoever, but they know they want to turn their passion to a business. They know they want financial freedom. They know they want to spread their ideas to the world. So that's very standard. So what we say is, what we do in the first 2 weeks is we brainstorm. We figure out that idea that turns into a business. We have a whole system around it. We have the market opportunity map. We have all sorts of ways that we do it with vlogs and passion and talent. It's an incredible system. So we have you covered. In fact, we also, 1/3 of our people already have an idea, and 1/3 people already have businesses, sometimes even multi-million-dollar businesses, but they want us to teach them how to take their company to the next level. And I will say this, sometimes I prefer working with people without an idea because they don't bring all this baggage to the table. As I told Julian earlier, sometimes people come in and they think, oh, I have to sell coffee, so let me sell coffee. And I'm like, no, you can sell your ideas. You can sell your inspiration. Let's go that way. Or I'll get a martial arts instructor that says, I have to have a dojo on the corner. I'm like, no, you don't. Why not have a dojo online? And so sometimes it's nice when people don't have ideas or businesses in place because we can get really creative. So that's a very common question. The second question I get is someone says, Brian, I don't have any time. And I always love that one. I don't have the time. Because I always say, do you have the time it takes to be successful? Do you have the time it takes to be happy? Do you have the time it takes to be independently wealthy? Do you have the time it takes to be happy? Do you have the time it takes to live your passion? Also, you have 24 hours in a day. It's the same amount of time, I think, maybe it's a little bit less. No, it's the same that Elon Musk has, that Richard Branson has, that Dorian Yates has, that Ido Portal has. All of these people that have turned their passion into businesses. Were they busy? They were very busy, but they found a way to make time. And in fact, many of the practices I'm going to give you on the Business Accelerator create more time for you. And the truth is, this course takes 2 to 4 hours per week to do all of the work. But time isn't the issue. It's never time. What the problem that you're going to have if you pull the trigger and join us is resistance. And it's fear of the unknown. That's where the real problem happens, and that's what you'll waste time with in week 1 or week 2 until you realize the mentality it takes to get over that. Because I'm going to ask you to do things you're not comfortable with. I'm going to say, let's vlog right now. Let's talk about our passion. Let's talk about our business. Another trigger, another lion that ate the wildebeest as opposed to the ones that were sitting down. I'm going to ask you to do things you're uncomfortable with. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and vlog. I'm going to ask you to put the website up. I'm going to ask you to go online on a webinar and make some money. And you're going to say, no, I'm not ready. I'm this, and oh, I'm sick, or oh, my dog is ill, or my kid threw up. You're going to get all these excuses. That's going to waste your time. But 2 to 4 hours per week, I know you can find time to do this. I'm going to show you the methods to do it. So the fact you don't have any time doesn't make sense. I've had single mothers, 3 kids, working a full-time job, build a successful business with me. Don't tell me you're any busier than that, because it's not true. The truth is, this is an excuse so you can be one of the lions that doesn't eat anything that day. I'm too busy is one of my most popular excuses. I don't have the money, another BS excuse. It's not the right time. My job is too this. I'm sick. It's all excuses for not wanting to be successful or for being in fear of success or failure. I see it all the time. Third question, is it worth the investment? And again, this is an investment in your future. When I look at this, I always look back at my investments. When I was 18 years old, I went to college at MIT. It was $14,000 for tuition. I had never made $14,000 in my life. It took me a year to save money for my first car. It was $1,200 for a 1968 Ford Mustang. I bought the car, it was all greasy, and I ended up spending all my time just trying to keep it running. But I found a way to get $14,000 because I knew my education at MIT would be an investment that would pay dividends in my future. And it has. It's paid 10, 100, maybe even 1,000% return on that investment. So I borrowed from the government, I borrowed from my grandparents, I begged my parents, and I made it happen because it was worth the investment. And so this course is the Kickstarter to allow you to create a business that could easily be worth 6, 7 figures, that can give you not only the financial freedom, but the chance to just live your passion every single day, to quit your job that you hate, to stop working for a boss, to stop doing the things that you hate and start doing things you love, help the world create value. So how do you put a price on that? I don't even think you can. So for me, this is highly discounted. This woman earlier spent $20,000 for mentors that did nothing. This course easily is worth $20,000 by the things I teach, easily. But we price it at a deep discount because I want to help 100,000 people in the next 5 years, and I want everyone around the world to know the incredible things we're doing here at London Real Academy. So that's what I always say to that question. What's the other question? Some people say, Brian, why would anyone want to buy anything from me? This goes back to your relationship with money, which is, again, the bonus video I'm giving you tonight. If you pull the trigger and be the lion that eats the wildebeest tonight. So if you pull the trigger while I'm still here on this masterclass, there are 2 bonus videos. One is your relationship with money. Most people think, why would anyone want to buy something from me? I'm not good enough. I don't like asking for money. It makes me feel yucky. These are all problems with your relationship for money. If you come at it from a different frame point and think, I am offering you a product with amazing value that's going to get you to a desired reality. By paying the money, this person is going to invest in themselves to get them to be a better place, to get the 6-pack abs, to create the movie, to sleep better at night, to accelerate their business. Don't feel guilty, because what you're doing is empowering another human being. When I go in to sell, I know that when I'm talking to you right now, when I'm getting you to be one of the lions that goes for it, that pulls the trigger, that I'm helping you not only become a better person, empower the world. I'm helping your friends and family do better in life because your success will mean their success. I feel great about it. As a matter of fact, I feel horrible if I don't get everyone here to pull the trigger, because I know as a fact this course will change not only your business but your life. I know point blank it will. So I feel like I better be here for the next 10 hours telling you about it. It's really, really important to me. So again, let's get over this relationship with money, which is a problem you're having, which is why I'm saying watch this video I'm going to give you tonight if you pull the trigger. But look, a lot of people will buy from you because you have amazing intellectual property, you have amazing value for the world. Put it out there. Give them a chance to become better versions of themselves. Finally, I don't live in London. I talked about that before. You don't need to be here. Matter of fact, it's better if you live somewhere else around the world. It's really, really, really important. So let me just go back to Julian here and just get a few more questions and answers. Anything else people are asking?
Just clarify on those graduation dates.
Yes, it's April 14th and 15th. It's here in London. Again, people that go through this course, they become really close. And a lot of them end up doing business ventures together. They pool their ideas. They create these super products, which are amazing. And they wanted to come and also come to London Real, see the world headquarters, and get even more training for us. So we do that here on April 14th and 15th. The cost of the whole weekend is free, but you do have to get here yourself. I teach a special event here in the studios and go even deeper on these concepts. We have interviews here at London Real Studios on Saturday. We have a free graduation dinner, which is a lot of fun that night. And we have a walking tour of London on Sunday. It's an incredible experience, and it's for that weekend in April, so definitely don't miss it.
That previous gong, by the way, was for Shemaiah, who had lost the $10,000 to those 2 previous online mentors.
Shemaiah, really good to have you here, all right? And just let's go big, all right? Because now you are my personal project, all right? Because now you are the one that I want to show that this was the course that transformed you. So get ready to go big. You will be in the private Facebook group almost immediately. These are the people that are different than the other Facebook groups you've ever seen. And I hate even calling it a Facebook group because these are people that are trigger pullers. They've decided to invest in themselves, and for the next 8 weeks, they will not sleep until they create a business with revenues. So get in there, do your introduction video. I'm gonna send you module 1, get started. I will see you on the live call. I think it's in the next 10 days, and let's rock and roll. I love it. Before we get to a couple more questions, I wanted to just share with you a couple other videos from some of our successful graduates. Well, they're all successful. And so just here is their experience of the Business Accelerator in their words.
Well, my first webinar, I had a makeshift office in my car. I put a blanket up, pinned it with the sunroof, and I ended up with 20 sales, $540. And It's growing.
An online community of people who know each other so well that when they get to London, felt 10 times closer than old friends from high school. These 8 weeks are basically 2 years of life when you look at what you learn and what you get into. So for me, it's not 8 weeks, it's about 2 years or 3 years of worth of energy and emotions.
And I mean, I had an incredible turnout on my webinar. I had 25 people joining me. I made 17 sales on this first webinar. So I feel like it was not even about the sales for me, to be honest, or how much money that, whatever, you know, what it was. But it was really about kind of this confirmation that, yes, I'm on the right path.
It's about teamwork. It's about holding oneself accountable. It's about breaking through your comfort zones. So those things, and I've just named 3, can relate to anybody at any point in their lives.
I sold 2 prime offers and then actually 2 different MVPs. It was, I think, around 600 euros or dollars.
Okay.
Yeah, it's lovely. I'm really happy with it, actually.
And again, like I said, I've got hundreds and hundreds of these testimonials because what happens in the Business Accelerator is real. It works from a cross-section of people that is from all around the world, all different ages, all different education, cultural backgrounds, and all different business ideas. This is a blueprint that we've just proven over and over again that works. Again, passion to a revenue-generating business in 8 weeks. It's an amazing system. You know, I'd love to get some more questions, but why don't we just fire up the same video software tool that we use for our live calls every week.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's called Zoom, and it's something you can get on your phone or even on your desktop. It's this great software, and what it allows us to do is actually talk to you and answer questions and see each other. And it's the way we teach our courses because it feels like everyone's in the same room, and it's one of the reasons we have so much success because it really does feel like a graduating class, like a family doing this all together. So let's jump to that right now. I'll also play a video for you with a little more information about the Business Accelerator, but definitely try to come in here because I'm going to answer some more questions. And if you have anything specific, you can literally ask me to my face. It's londonreal.tv/Zoom, ZOOM. If you don't have the link here, or just click the link, and I'm going to fire this thing up right now and answer some more questions.
Let's do it.
Cool, let's do it. If you want to get paid to do what you love, then I have something very special for you. Because I'm taking a small group of ambitious London Reelers like you under my wing to help you turn your passion into a profitable business. So you can be financially free, travel the world, and never have to work for anyone ever again. This offer won't be available long. So if you want to build a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your own terms, listen closely. Over the next 2 months, you'll have the chance to learn the step-by-step system I used to turn my passion for learning into a 7-figure media company. But that's not even the exciting part. Because we've all bought a book or a course thinking this is going to change my life forever. Then what happens? We don't implement anything. So we stay stuck and feel stupid because we failed to make any progress. Well, I guarantee with 96% certainty that will not happen to you. I say 96 because that is the percentage of my graduates who will launch a business by the time this 8-week program ends. Yes, that includes hundreds of people who had no experience or business idea before they joined. You see, along with giving you a proven roadmap that's worked in dozens of markets, I'll work with you to help you overcome whatever obstacles come up and even drag you across the finish line so you can finally have that business you love. Before I go into more detail on this mentorship and accountability program, it's important for you to understand the profound impact that launching a business can have on your life. Let me show you how I went from a job where I felt like I was dying inside to creating a life where I'm deeply passionate about what I do every single day. Hi, my name is Brian Rose. I'm the founder and host of London Real. In 2011, I recorded my very first interview in a tiny studio with just a webcam and a couple of mics. Fast forward to today, I broadcast conversations with billionaire CEOs and best-selling authors to Grammy winners and members of parliament that have reached over 50 million people. And in the process, I have built a 7-figure media company. Now I want to help you build a business that has you excited to wake up in the morning. One that leaves you feeling proud and fulfilled because you're helping others in a meaningful way. This program teaches you how to share your passion with the world and achieve financial freedom. And this stuff works. Over 500 of our graduates have built successful businesses so far. Here are some of their stories.
It was the most amazing thing I've done for my business. Completely transformed the way I've done things. It's brought a new purpose into my life.
You know, that course has really shown me that you can achieve stuff in a much shorter time frame than you initially think you can.
You've got so much potential, so just, if you have an idea of doing it, you've got one life, go ahead and do it. You've got to get that person out the way that might be holding you back and steam forward. If you've got any fear, you just have to steamroller through it. And I found that on the course. I just thought of doing something and then up would come that sense of, oh, can I do this? Can I not do it? And I was like a guy on a steamroller, just straight over, crush it. And that's what I would say to anybody who's thinking of doing your course.
There's so much information on the internet. You can figure out, you can educate yourself for free on the internet. What you can't do is connect with a community. And you can't be successful alone.
You've got to invest in yourself in this world. I've done a lot of courses. I think yours does differ because there's the accountability, you're learning from people that have done it, and from the now. You're not learning from a guy that set up a company 20 years ago when things were very, very different. You're learning it from someone that's done it with his team in the now.
These people have transformed their lives. And you know what these successful graduates have shown me? That by putting yourself in the right environment, you can achieve way more than you ever thought possible. And it's not about some magical $1 million idea, or special influencers you need to know, or getting a Harvard Business School degree. It's about surrounding yourself with experts who can show you what to do and who refuse to let you fail. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is mix a bulletproof business idea with support and accountability. With that, ordinary people can achieve extraordinary results. Here's an example. This is Max Keeling. Max went from no idea to revenue in 6 weeks. But before he did this, he was living like you and me, grinding away at an unfulfilling 9-to-5 job. One day he had enough, took action, and decided to build his own dream through our Business Accelerator. Max threw himself into every aspect of our course, completed our 10 vlogs in 10-day challenge, and after consulting our market opportunity map, he founded The Investing Coach. A few weeks later, I recommended that he create and deliver his very first webinar. He did and made his first sales months sooner than he ever anticipated. I will never forget the excitement he had on that live call with the entire group. Today, Max is self-employed, running a highly profitable online business. He sells premium digital products and live coaching packages for thousands of pounds each that are sold out up to 6 months in advance. But more importantly, he lives his passion every day, determines his own hours, and travels the world and lives life on his own terms. I love Max's story because it reminds me of when I was building London Real. Max said, once you get over the fear and push through, that's where all the magic happens. I'm a big believer in this idea. If you watch my TED Talk, you'll see that's the core message I was trying to spread. Go to where the fear is. My talk was watched by hundreds of thousands of people because the concept of fear and how it inhibits us resonates with everyone. It's something universal. We know it, we understand it, and we feel it. But most of the time, we still don't take action. For example, have you ever wanted to quit your job but were too afraid? Maybe you imagine looking at your boss dead in the eye and saying, I quit. Then picture yourself walking out the door with a big smile on your face, knowing you'll never be back. We've all had a fantasy like this, but we're too afraid to take action. And I understand why. It's scary to leave your only source of income. That's why it's so important to build a business you love on the side now. Something you control. This will give you an escape route and keep you from being a slave to your paycheck, like I was for 20 years. You've spent tens of thousands of hours helping someone else build their dream business over the course of your life. Why not invest some of that into your dream? Okay, time for some brutal honesty. It's tempting to blame your boss, society, or your upbringing for where you are today. But the truth is that you are where you are because of the choices you made. But all that can change in an instant, whenever you decide to follow your passion. The truth is that the person cutting your paycheck made the same choice years ago, and so can you. So which person do you want to be? The person who wakes up tired on Monday, works a boring 9-to-5 job, lives for the weekend, and repeats the cycle. The person who knows they're destined for more, but does nothing about it. Or the person who jumps out of bed on Monday, does inspiring work, lives their passion, looks forward to life, and builds financial freedom in the process. So what's it going to be? Are you going to make a change, or will I bump into you 1 year from now and find you leading a life of quiet desperation? What about 5 years from now? 10 years? What about 20? I know because I used to be that guy, slowly grinding myself into misery year after year, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And you know what that is? Insanity. How about we change your future right now? You and me together as a team. Are you with me? But don't go into your boss's office right now and quit your job. I know that's what I did, but there's a tendency to romanticize these scenarios. We believe these stories end with, they all lived happily ever after. But it actually took me years to get where I am today. I didn't have a plan. I knew nothing about YouTube, online business, or monetization. I built London Real by slowly grinding my way through, making every mistake possible. I got distracted by the latest web tools and apps. I asked favors from London Real fans to set up technology, which took months longer than it should have. I even spammed our London Real episodes on people's Facebook walls. It was exhausting. Now, after years of blood, sweat, and tears, after interviewing the greatest minds in the world, after making every mistake possible, I'm proud to say that I have built my dream lifestyle. I'm able to wake up every day doing what I love, providing value, and changing lives for the better, while being financially independent and answering to nobody. Getting to that place wasn't easy. I had to go through years of suffering and headaches. But I've got good news. You don't have to go through the same journey as me, because I have compiled my knowledge, expertise, and secrets in one place. After a half-decade of trying every possible strategy in the book, it has become very clear to me that you can't just go cold turkey and venture out into the world hoping for the best. You need an idea, a plan, and a series of steps in order to get what you want. In essence, a roadmap. But that's only the beginning, because knowledge isn't everything. If it was, then we would all be billionaires with six-pack abs. Along with a roadmap, it's also important to have a guide, someone who's been there before and will work with you personally through the biggest challenges you face. On top of that, it's important to have like-minded people to support you, people who understand what you're going through and who want you to succeed, who will be there to give you feedback, motivate you, and pick you up when things get tough. When you combine a proven roadmap with a skilled guide and an army of supporters, that will make you unstoppable. And that's what I'm offering you today. If you've ever dreamed about living your passion while achieving financial freedom in the process, I can show you how. I'm proud to officially open the London Real Business Accelerator. When you join our course, you embark on a unique journey. You will not just learn about business, you'll be taking on a meaningful challenge that will change your life forever. And you won't be doing it alone. You'll join a group of smart, hungry, like-minded entrepreneurs from around the world who will be building their businesses alongside you. Many of our students have said the network alone is worth the price of this course. But more importantly, I will be personally mentoring you every step of the way. You will have complete access to me during the entire course. And honestly, I don't know if this will be the case next time around. London Real is growing at such a fast pace that I don't expect to be so personally involved in the future. So now is the time to let me help you build your dream. Let me go deeper into what the Business Accelerator actually is. For 8 weeks, we will be releasing a video module every week, combined with 2 live video calls. On Tuesday, we have a live keynote call where I go into detail on the specific module. And on Sunday, we have a live workshop call where both myself and your team leaders give you feedback on your progress. And we leave no man or woman behind. Our course has the highest success rate of any online business course out there because we put massive emphasis on accountability, which is what I call the secret ingredient to success. You can learn the best techniques, strategies, mindsets, tools, and tactics in the world, but if nobody is there to keep you accountable, you won't get the amazing results you envision for yourself. Okay, so what's in the modules? Well, let me walk you through each one of them. Week 1, bulletproof your business idea. To kick things off, we start with your business idea. If you don't have an idea, you will find one here. If you already have an idea, we will make sure you have the right one. If you already have a business, we will expand its scope. Next, I'll show you how to make a compelling 1-minute business pitch that you can use for your customers and your investors. And lastly, I'm introducing 3 proven psychological mindsets that I personally use to help you thrive through the entire course. Week 2, find your micro niche. In this module, you're going to identify something crucial, your micro niche. This is a small subsection of the market that you will own. Next, you'll find out your competitors' strategies, strengths, and weaknesses, and what you can learn to model and what you can avoid. Next, I'm going to show you how to determine exactly what your customer wants. You will use these insights not to just be better, but be different than your market competitors. Week 3, build your high-performance website. Here you will create your website in less than a week. That's right, less than 7 days. But there's more. I will show you how to attract and capture potential customers, then have lifetime access to market to them for free. Even better, I'm going to show you how to do it in a way where people will want to hear your marketing message. Week 4, make your content. This is where most students have their biggest breakthroughs. In this module, you'll complete the legendary 10 vlogs in 10 days challenge. This is where you start sharing your ideas, making an impact, and find out exactly what people are dying to hear you talk about. You will also learn how to make compelling video content the London Real way. I will show you how to produce a 3-part series as a free product to hook your new customers. Then, you will warm them up to become your long-term customers by delivering them exceptional value. Week 5, kickstart your social media. Nowadays, there's a social media expert on every corner. But how many can show you proven results? Who do you know that went from 1 Twitter follower to over 125,000? We did, and not in some spammy way, but in a deliberate fashion while building authority in the market. In this module, I'm revealing all the strategies I gleaned since 2011. I will break down all of the big social media channels and show you which ones to use and which ones to avoid. Week 6, create your product. Here I guide you down the London Real product success path. First, we will find out what value you can offer to your customers. Then, I will show you how to properly package it. And lastly, we will create your minimum viable product, which is a fancy name for the best kind of product with the least amount of effort that people will actually pay for. Week 7, sell your product. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. Now you will present and sell your product by hosting your very own online webinar. I'm going to show you the exact triggers that we have used to close hundreds of our customers on our webinars. And here's the best part. If you did all of the work in the previous modules, your prospects will already want to buy from you even before you start the sales conversation. Here is where the money will start to roll in and the feeling is exhilarating. Week 8, launch your business. This is it. You've built all the necessary pieces of an online business and now it's time to launch. You will identify strategic relationships in your network and influencers inside your industry. Then I will give you word-for-word templates on how to reach out to them in order to 10x your business. Lastly, you will create a blueprint for your next 12 months with a long-term vision. Congratulations, you have your own business. In addition to this, you'll also get my bonus module, Accelerate Your Year. Here, I will go deep into the end-to-end ecosystem, how to optimize your online funnel, and show you A/B testing strategies to maximize your business success. Here's a summary of everything you get on the Business Accelerator. 8 video modules containing the latest cutting-edge techniques, tools, and insights on how to go from no idea to an online business. 16 hours of live video calls. You will interact with me face-to-face on a live call twice per week. Here, I will give you private instruction, answer questions, and follow up on your progress. Our private email address, dedicated to answering any question about the course within 24 hours, and lifetime access to all the video modules. If you fall behind during the course, you can pick up anytime you want. But most importantly, I am offering you accountability. You will not just sit around and watch videos. I'm going to make sure you actually do everything we teach by including weekly check-ins and 24/7 help. Me and my team of London Real business coaches will support you throughout the entire accelerator. If you get stuck, we are here to help you. Our trademark accountability document. Your progress will be followed in real time on our accountability system together with all the other accelerator students. Access to the private Business Accelerator Facebook group where you can connect instantly with a group of like-minded students, many of whom will become friends for the rest of your life. Lastly, I'm offering you a free ticket to our live weekend graduation event in London. Here, you will meet your classmates, go deeper on course material, and crystallize your plans for your business. This includes free admission to our super focus group, interviews at London Real Studios, a group dinner on Saturday night, and a walking tour of London with the class and the team on Sunday. But just so you know, this event is optional. You don't have to attend in order to complete the Business Accelerator. And that covers the entire course. But to top things off, I'm also including a no man or woman left behind 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you don't feel like I have given you the value I promised, I'm offering you a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee, no questions asked. I'm that confident in this course. All you need to do is complete all of the coursework on time and attend all of the live calls. If you do this and are not 100% satisfied, I will give you a full refund. But once you join, you will see that I leave no man or woman behind. I will make sure that you get over the finish line, kicking and screaming if necessary. That's the beauty of our accountability system. It's the reason why this course has the highest success rate of any of its kind. It's the secret sauce that gives us incredible stories like this one. Let me introduce you to Claire Lim.
My name's Claire. I am 22 years old and I'm from Hong Kong. I'm here on the Business Accelerator program because I've decided to open the first movement studio in Hong Kong.
Meet Claire, a 22-year-old movement and dance teacher from Hong Kong who wanted to turn her passion into a business and live life on her own terms. She decided to invest in her future and join the London Real Business Accelerator, a live and interactive 8-week mentorship and accountability program designed to make her business dream a reality. Together with over 60 entrepreneurs in 14 time zones around the world, Claire undertook a radical life transformation, learning how to publish videos of herself, build her social media platforms, create digital products, and actually sell them on her own webinar. With 2 live interactive calls per week, she was coached and mentored by me, Brian Rose, the founder and host of London Real. Following our blueprint of 8 world-class video content modules, a private Facebook group, and our trademark accountability documents, all while under the supervision of experienced team leaders from around the world.
I have begun a 10-day vlog challenge presented to me by Brian Rose. I've had spurts of extreme motivation and passion, and it's like going on hyperdrive. And it's some sort of superpower.
But it was the global community of her fellow classmates and entrepreneurs who also built businesses that was the hidden value of the whole experience.
I think it's bizarre how everybody's in different parts of the world. Everybody's there for each other.
It took hard work, but Claire was soon recording huge wins while she also built the foundation of her business. By the end of the course, she was celebrating major success as she reached out to partners and recorded her own webinar.
And it really worked. I had about 1,700 views, and I don't even have 1,000 Facebook friends. And it worked because I felt like I was talking to people, you know, and connecting and helping and providing value. You know, and also I made so many friends with people on the course, and it's been a real honor.
We are together.
Yeah. Both from Hong Kong.
Yes, both from Hong Kong.
But all together, it just becomes like a real family. You know, I'd really like to spread the message that other people can be doing this, especially other young people, you know, stepping up to be entrepreneurs. If you do love what you do and you can immerse, then look out for the next course, seriously.
Today, Claire has turned her dream into a reality and built a profitable business by opening Hong Kong's first movement, dance, and meditation studio. Now she has both a sustainable lifestyle and lives her passion every day, doing something she truly loves while inspiring, motivating, and leading people in the movement revolution. So by now, you're probably wondering, what's the price for the Business Accelerator? Well, if you were to get an MBA from a business school, you'd have to pay about $100,000. Then figure out how to apply everything on your own once you graduate. The good news is the Business Accelerator doesn't cost anything near that. We could charge $15,000 for the course, and paying that much for a business that can earn you many times that every year would still be an amazing deal, especially since it also lets you live your dream lifestyle. But we also wanted to make this affordable to everyone, so we cut the price as low as we could for something with this much personalized attention. So we have 3 levels of investment. The standard package, for which we also have a 12-month payment plan, the premium package, and of course, the inner circle. The standard package gives you 8 video modules, 16 hours of live calls with me and my London Real business coaches, access to our private Business Accelerator Facebook group, our private email address with a 24-hour response time, lifetime access to all the modules and workbooks, a London Real coach based on your business model, and 1 ticket to our graduation weekend. With the premium package, you receive everything from the standard package, plus a one-on-one video kickoff call with me to assess your business ideas and plans for the future, my private email and Facebook chat for the course during the entire 8-week period, and the big one, you get to smell the leather with your own one-on-one interview here at London Real Studios, sitting in the chair opposite me. This is a huge business asset that you can have to land customers and give you access to partners and really jack up your social proof. And lastly, for the people who want to go all in, I'm offering the Inner Circle package, where I will personally mentor you for 6 months after the course is complete. Not only that, you'll get access to my Inner Circle group of exclusive, driven entrepreneurs who are hungry to make a change and take their businesses to the next level. Here we go big. So if you want to build that 7-figure business, this is the package for you. So now is your chance to click the Buy Now button and join our Business Accelerator. To put things in perspective, where are you going to find an offer like this anywhere else? If you join a typical digital course, that's what it's going to be. Digital, no people. The problem with a digital course is that everything is down to you. You're on your own, which massively increases your chances of failure. Why leave this up to chance? Instead, join our accelerator, where you have your own business coach who keeps you accountable and a group of like-minded entrepreneurs who will embark on the same journey as you. Of course, you could decide to do it alone. But if you've seen my 3-part video series, then you'll know how hard it was to build London Real from the ground up, all by myself. It took me 3 full years to even make a dime. It's romantic to think you can do everything on your own. But honestly, if you study how the best in the world succeed, they all had mentors. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mozart, Albert Einstein, and Alexander the Great. These were people who learned from the best. I too have been privileged to learn from many of the best in the world by inviting them into my studio. I stand on the shoulders of giants. And if it wasn't for them, I might still be broadcasting from a tiny little studio with just 2 microphones and spamming my episodes on all my friends' Facebook walls. But I transcended. I opened myself up to people who had already achieved what I wanted. I learned from them and built London Real into a global media and transformation company because of it. During this course, I will be your mentor, steering you every step of the way. So click that button and buy. Join my program. You will not regret it. And one more thing. When you look at the times we live in today, it has never been easier to build a business in the history of mankind. Your product idea can be tested for less than $100. Your website can be set up instantly. Your customers can be rapidly found through social media. And with the Business Accelerator, you can get there in record speed without having to make all the amateur mistakes that I made. The truth is that the biggest thing holding us back is our own minds. The moment we want to do something bold, we have 100 small little voices in our heads telling us to do the exact opposite. We see someone create a successful business and we immediately find reasons why we cannot do it. Oh yeah, that person probably has money, good looks, great connections, it's luck. I grew up as a science geek, became a banker, and then created London Real. It has nothing to do with luck, good genes, or talent. It has to do with the willingness to just go for it. The same goes for any big London Real guest that comes into this studio. I have learned that they have the same basic fears as you and me, but they are directed by a different story. Instead of waiting for the right time to do something like start a business, they make it the right time. They make the decision to plow ahead at full speed. Fears and self-doubt be damned. And these people are not special. We've all met people who are driven no matter what their age, IQ, or background may be. Your inner game is the key to your success. Over the years, I've seen so many people with the potential, the energy, and the know-how to make it happen, but they were paralyzed by the story they were telling themselves. Let me go over some of the most common ones I hear. I don't have a business idea. Well, guess what? You don't need one to start this course. During our first modules, we will dig deeper into who you really are, what idea will fit you, and what market to pursue. We've included multiple exercises, worksheets, and resources to help you find the right business idea, including the market opportunity map and your golden triangle. Instead of having to venture out there on the internet and read dozens of articles with contradictory techniques on how to find an idea, we have actually done the hard work for you by designing easy, practical tools that will get you started and accelerate your progress. Will this actually work? I spend thousands of dollars on digital courses every month in order to get myself and the London Real team to the next level. There are some amazing products out there, but there is one thing they all lack: accountability. You see, most of the digital courses out there are exactly that. Digital. You sit at home alone and watch video modules. Sound like fun? Not to me. I believe in teaching the old-fashioned way. So when you sign up to one of my courses, you get to see the whites of my eyes on 2 one-hour calls every single week. You get to participate in these live Zoom calls with the members of your class, many of whom will become your friends for life. I track your progress and push you to be the best, and I'm not a big fan of excuses. So if you want to watch some videos, go to YouTube. But if you want to actually change your life, sign up to our Business Accelerator. Well, when I founded London Real 6 years ago, I started with 1 YouTube subscriber. I didn't know what I was doing, my family and friends didn't care, and I was honestly nervous about what my former colleagues in banking would think of me. Since then, London Real has had over 50 million views, held interviews with some of the most amazing people on the planet, and now has a product ecosystem with multiple successful courses. I'm truly able to say that I've created a business I'm passionate about. Through that experience, I believe anybody can get what they want if they commit. Starting a business isn't easy, and the first step is always the hardest. But once you completely decide to go all in, everything else becomes easier, and I will be here to guide you every step of the way. I don't have any time. Do you have enough time to be successful? Most people who complain of not having enough time in their lives suffer from bad routines and an ungrounded mindset. The Business Accelerator gets rid of all of that. So many people spend hours at the computer, starting on one task, half completing it before jumping to another, never knowing the roadmap to building a successful business. I will give you a clear methodology, allowing you to focus your valuable time on exactly what matters. You will see results with as little as 5 hours per week. Although just like anything else, it's simple. The more time you invest, the more results you will see. Successful people have the same 24 hours in a day as everyone else. They just use that time differently. And if you want to learn how, then join us now. Because I'm not sure when I will do this again or how involved I will be the next time. But I have a little surprise bonus for you. If you join me today, you will get access to the London Real Library. You will get the exact workbooks, word-for-word scripts, and templates for every single module, including how to reach out to influencers, contact blogs, write your first blog posts, and more. Not only that, inside you will also get case studies from previous successful graduates and how-to tutorials for every step of the way. So click the buy button and join me on this course. I have big plans for this class, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Don't settle for anything less than an incredible life. You have so much to offer the world, even if you don't see it yet. So if you're ready to escape the 9-to-5 and build a business that pays you to do what you love, then hit that button and join me. I'll see you on the inside.